Hello, and welcome to WoodYaTalk. I'm your host, Woody, and let's talk about the JRPL. We're coming off of actually one of the most emotional shows in probably JRPL history. But before we get into any more of that, let's introduce our friends. It's Bomber.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm watching some football right now. Opening game, American football, by the way. So if I scream or do anything crazy, it's because my fantasy player just did good. So just heads up on that.
Who's playing?
The Bears and the Packers. So I don't like either team, but I got fantasy players involved, so it's always at least something to watch.
That's interesting. Scott. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I could care less about American football, but you know.
Oh, well, hey, just because it's not as good as the Canadian Football League, doesn't.
Does Canada have football?
Oh, yeah.
We have our own league, yes.
They sure do. They sure do.
I'll just say it here again. My argument for the XFL is they should have went for Toronto because there's no Canadian National Football League team, and they're the biggest market that doesn't have one by far. Like there's American markets that have NFL teams that are much smaller than the Toronto market, and they've had Bills games. They've had a few here and there. It would have been a big deal to have a Canadian team. You would have had the whole country behind it. Like how the whole country came behind the Raptors in the NBA, the one team we got. So it would have been a big move, but they didn't do it. And you'd think that Vince knows how Toronto can be.
Yeah, he knows Canada a little bit.
He would know. So that's anyway. How are you guys doing?
Good. I like it. Yeah.
Decent.
Oh man, so yeah, you guys feeling a little bit better after the show, or the All Out show?
Yes.
JRPL wise, or just AEW wise, or both? It could be both, maybe. Who knows?
Well, I mean, thank God they found the championship. No,
yeah.
I mean, we got stuff for the next podcast, the regular stuff. Everything from the bubbly being Jericho.
Oh yeah,
doing ridiculousness. Like he can't not make money now at this point with things. But I mean, the JRPL, it's still going. We were going to have maybe one more show just to talk about how it all wrapped up.
Yeah,
it did.
That's obviously that's the headline. JRPL continues. So yeah, we'll get into more of that later on. But yeah, that's
it's continuing.
Spoilers. The spoilers. I guess. Yeah, just a little spoiler in case you didn't read the parts of the write up.
Yeah.
Some people probably do think it's still over, though, by the way. Some people don't really go in and read the write-up, so some people that, heard it was the last show probably still think it was the last show.
That's why I said it now. Like, let's just get that out there. Because going into this, people thought that it was going to be a storyline that it was over. They're like, no, it's legit over. Oh, shit, okay. And then...
Yeah,
that was 100% true.
You know what? Yes.
And then...
Correct.
It's not over. Like it's not like we got you, we swerved you. No.
We probably do need to point that out because some people are going to think, oh, it was a work, man. No, the intentions were full on closing down the JRPL. Even on the last podcast that we talked about this stuff, I was told by the creative team that they did not want me to spill the beans on the potential of the JRPL continuing, because I told them I guess we'll just get this out, throw this out there right now. This was the plan. Originally, this was going to be the final show. Actually, originally, SummerSlam was going to be the final show. And the day of or the day before, roughly, we already talked about this, but I talked about it and talked to Jess about it, Kyoko that is, and ended up saying, you know what, I'm gonna let there be one more show, one last hoorah. It'll be All Out, and I'll let the the JRPL members run it. So see how it goes, and just we'll end on that. We'll let everybody go all out and do their own show and do anything they want. Like everybody in the JRPL on their own way. So then it was brought up. The first person I saw that brought up was Jonathan C.T. Martin. Said, "Well, what the hell? Like, why? What is the reason that we can't continue the JRPL if you just let like this team of people do it?" And honestly, because you asked me that same question on the show, Scott. I assume you remember.
And I remember that, and I remember we couldn't really find an answer because it's a very hard thing to enunciate. It's a very hard thing to let someone else run your thing. I get that, but it wasn't that. It wasn't like a selfish thing, but it also like it so is. Like there's no way to really say it isn't when it's like, but it's my thing, it's mine. you were waffling on it at that point.
Yeah, the only answer, if I would have said no, it's going to close down. Honest, like you just said, it would just be kind of, no, it's mine. It's closing. It's selfish reasons, but it's not mine. It's everybody. I started it. I created it. I ran it and all that stuff. But I mean, overall, this has been everybody's thing. That's how I've always seen it that way. Anyway, I've been running the shit, but it's everybody's thing, and there was no good reason not to let if they can handle it, why not let them run it if they can do it? You know what I'm saying? So I thought about it. I mulled it over. I talked to the creative team that were doing All Out, and I said, look, here's what we'll do. You guys do the best show you can. And Woody, you were on this team, so you saw all this stuff. I was like, guys, do the best show you can. And if it goes good, if it goes smooth, you're not coming to me every 5 seconds. How do I do this? How do I do that? I showed them how to run the tutorials and how to update the website. I said, if you guys do everything, and I'm confident in you guys that you can do this on a normal basis, then we will let the JRPL continue. So I let All Out, basically be a tryout for the creative team. And I think, as we're going to get into on the show here, I think they did a pretty good job. And I almost got hardly any questions. There was a little bit of controversy at the end of the show that we'll get into. But other than that,
what?
Exactly. That really didn't affect. I think the crew handled that well. We'll talk about that, like I said. But I think they did. I think they did a very good job. I hope everybody enjoyed All Out, and I hope you guys liked what they did. And I am excited to see what they can do going forward. So I guess.
Yeah.
So that's how it went down. It wasn't a work. It was 100% real. Yes, it was going to be the end, but
it was dead, and then it came back.
Yes. So I hope everybody's happy that we're dreading that and sad about that, because I saw a lot of people that were very sad, and that made me feel sad, of course. But anyway.
Let's just put that out there too. The whole reason, again, if people weren't paying attention to the last few of these, because it's been a roller coaster, is that you are literally focusing on your own personal YouTube stuff to pursue fully, like to literally put as much as you can into it. And JRPL was taking away from it. I related the same thing with my stuff. That's why I don't do my bi-weekly movie reviews anymore, because I'm working on goddamn scripts and ads for a convention. You have to sacrifice something. Problem is, you've got 60 some people going, oh, but what about this? And it's like, yeah, sorry, I got to look out for me first. And that hurts, and you don't want to, but you do. And it's better to pull the Band-Aid off than to let it bleed out knowing you're going to do it anyway. The whole point there is, it unfortunately, it wasn't a case of like, well, if I can't have it, no one will. It was really more just a case of, look, this is the best thing for me. And others stepped up and kind of showed, hey, look, maybe we can make this work like this.
Yeah,
and it took you from going, oh, I don't think so, I don't know, to suddenly, oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe. I mean, if they crash and burn, we're going to find out, and that's that. Not that I wish that, because I'm thrilled beyond belief that it's continuing. Because I was the first one that you told, and then I was the first one to say, but don't.
You were the only one that I told, actually. Besides Jess.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want you to, but I understand, and I'm behind you. But, dude, selfishly, fuck, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's fun because, well, we'll get the stuff as to how this continues, but it continuing is such a thrill, such a blast, and it is kind of funny how it was storyline for both reveals, because it was in SummerSlam when it was real. That's over. It's over. And then in this one, it's storyline. It's not over. For real, it's not over. we gotta define. It's legit.
Yeah, it's been, these past 2 months have been crazy in the JRPL, that's for sure.
Now,
it's definitely going to be memorable. I know that.
I've got a question for you, Woody, because you're the booking team representative now. That's a much different aspect of how this goes. You're part of the committee and whatnot. Do you have any insight as to why you kept it a secret for the reveal in the write-up? Or was that just a case of like, let's see who shows up? Really, my thought is like, you get the people who's really going to show up when it really matters. Because if they think it's over, that's me thinking it. I know I doubt that was the idea, but that's my thought. Be like, oh, now you see who really comes out.
Well, I can't speak for everyone else, but for me personally, I didn't want to give people that hope of if it was going to continue or not. Because once you give them that hope, then you'll be disappointing a lot of people if it doesn't happen.
Oh, that's true.
That's
so
very
when
true.
did you? When was that? Forgive me. Then when was that decided?
After it was done, after the show was done, like I went through, and I don't want to say like I approved it, but I like read through it after everything was finalized, and then I made the call. So it wasn't decided until the till the show was done, basically.
Yeah, because the write up came out last night, like midnight, 12:30 a.m. ish Thursday.
Yep.
Which is this morning we're recording it. So it was this like literally officially yesterday. You were like, all right.
Yeah, I read through it. I'm a really big stickler, as everybody knows by now. I'm a stickler on formatting, how the presentation, how everything looks and stuff. I pointed out some small tweaks that aren't a big deal, just like, hey, make sure there's spaces here, this kind of stuff, and it all came together. It all looked uniform. It all looked pretty good. And, the stories, as we all know, everybody went crazy with their matches and stuff, which we knew was going to happen. So there was no real reason for me to dislike or, hate on anything going on there. So
that was the go-ahead people had because it was
exactly.
the end. So let's cap all the stories.
Yep. So it was basically almost I was evaluating people's work ethic and like how they handled themselves and how they did the shows and that kind of stuff. That's basically what I was looking at. And then the whole overall picture, not necessarily like, hey, how was this write up and how was this done here? And not necessarily that. That was somewhat important, but it was secondary compared to, hey, can they get this show done?
Yeah. Because that'll come, like, depending on who's writing what. Like, if it's, I'll toot my horn. If I'm writing my match, it's pretty much going to be a copy-paste job. You've got a match.
Yes.
Others might be like, okay, I like this, that, and the other thing. You always knew the details behind that, and I'm sure this committee now understands what they get from others and how they have to work with that and get that in. I've always sung your praises on that, Bomber, for being able to do that like an actual wrestling booker would, but also being able to do things like edit text and copy-paste.
Yes.
It's not as easy as it sounds. You might get 3 things from 4 people that don't line up, and 100%. How do you make it work?
And they're, behind, I'm not going to go, we had a meeting, earlier today before we're recording this right now with the creative team. We talked about, the concerns we had, what went good, what went bad, stuff like that. And there were some, communication issues that I didn't even know about that happened. But, going forward, hopefully everything is more communicated. I'm not going to get too specific because, people don't really care too much about it. But there was some stuff that somehow didn't end up in the write-up when somebody put it in. Apparently, my guess, and we don't even really know what happened, but my guess is 2 people were working on the results page at once, and that really just can't happen. Because I think what probably happened is somebody overwrote what somebody else added in, and when they overwrote it, when they saved over it, it just took it out. And I don't know if that even makes sense to people, but I hope it does. It basically, somebody put something in and somebody saved over top of it on a different computer, and my guess is just it took it out of the show, and some of the people were concerned hey, why did that get taken out? Nobody told me, and people didn't even know about it. So I think just some stuff that growing pains, you're gonna have to learn make sure you communicate with everybody. I think you need to the crew's probably gonna need to have one person as the main results person, where you don't have multiple people going in updating at the same time. That's when you're going to run into issues. And that's probably that's the kind of thing where you probably didn't even think of that before, because why would there be multiple people looking on the site? There was only ever you. 100%.
So that's a weird issue. And what are the odds of that, even with 4 or 5 people? So
so
there's going to be growing pains like that'll happen, and it's cool that stuff happened that you weren't even aware of. Honestly, that shows that they're able to make things happen. And having the meetings to go over stuff like what worked, what didn't work. Because if you don't have that kind of stuff, you'll never know where you're going and what direction to move toward. We literally at my work have a daily huddle around 11:30 to be like, all right, here's the new stuff that's come up. You might need to know this. This is going on. Everything good? Cool. It sometimes lasts a minute, sometimes 10 or 15. The whole company did that 2-3 years ago, maybe longer, like 4 or 5 years ago. We're the only department that still does that. Because it's like, no, it's good. Let's make sure everybody's on the same page. Yep. It's just the way to do it. Some might do it once a week. Yeah, but I got pertinent information that you could have used 3 days ago. So this kind of thing is the way to go. Even if all's good, cool, all's good. It's reaffirming. You know that you're on the right track. So
yeah, and let's just name the creative team members right now as of this moment.
Yes,
we might have new people in.
I'm not on it, for the record. I'm on WoodYaTalk, but I'm not on that committee.
Yes. Right now, the members, we have Woody, we have Jonathan C.T. Martin, we have Jace Villain 13, we have Spring Tigress, and the GMSG. And I'm on it, but I'm not making... I'm giving basically the role that I'm taking. I'm giving my input, but I'm not, deciding stuff.
You make me think you're like a silent partner or like a...
Yes, if there's something I like or don't like, I'll comment, but I'm not going to, make a decision. You're the guy coming in from experience going, I wouldn't do that, and they can still go ahead and do it, but then you can be like, see, that's why. There you go.
Not that you're going to be like, I told you so, but it's like, I've been here, I've seen this 2.5 years, come on, but
yeah,
you never know. You might get outside input on stuff and get interesting things. I mean, Woody's, I'm sure you're aware now, trial by fire of what it can be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even some stuff that's been discussed, which I won't spoil anything, but some the group has been talking about storylines going forward, and there's some stuff that I'm not really on board with. But then again, I could be totally wrong because as you know, Scott, I wasn't 100% on board with you and Red making out on show on like.
Oh, you weren't on board on that at all. You're like, yeah. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why is this a thing? I'm like, trust me. Then 4 months later. Fuck, here we go.
Yeah. I mean, there's 100% that's the good thing about a team. I may have an opinion and it could be totally wrong. That's the thing.
Or it could be right. You'd be like, you know what?
Or it could be right. Yeah, you never know.
Or the problem here, as the guys found out with the last show, AEW issues of people just not showing up. Now what? You got to compensate for that and things like that. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you guys want to get into it and let's talk about what all went down?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go over them.
I guess, yeah, I may as well. So this was AEW, which is its own thing. We've had one show before, Double or Nothing. And I believe that you would put All In that category as well, Bomber. You took it from the...
Actually, All In is Ring of Honor. Yeah, that'll stay Ring of Honor.
There. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the second one for that, but it is considered a main show just for the purposes here, I believe was the idea. Was that official declaration of things because it was the last show? Is that retroactively out now?
This is the first time I'm doing it. Woody, what was your guys' call? I'm asking you guys. What didn't you guys decide that or not?
I don't. I could be mistaken, but I don't think it was considered a main show.
Fair enough.
Really? Okay.
Because my thought was it was like it's the last one. Let's make it main show like. But then again, it could just be a badass house show. That's fine.
Sure.
House show of the year pretty much almost got decided. So there you go.
Yeah, you would think so, definitely. If it's house show, you would almost certainly think this would be. But you never know. There's still more shows to come. So.
Yep.
But yep.
Okay, so with that, the highest possible score was 66. And yeah, I'll just start at the bottom and work our way up here per usual. If you guys are ready for that.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, the fun part with this is all of the booking, all of the everything going in was final show thought process. So that makes it interesting to see what we've got here. Like Kev defeating Fart Bucket 30-23. Fart Bucket getting 23 out of 66 is kind of decent in its own way.
Yep. And also going into this, I didn't even look at this final card. So I was completely oblivious to a lot of this stuff. So just heads up on that.
Nice.
Sorry to interrupt, but
go ahead.
I can confirm that All Out was the main show, but going forward, like the AEW shows and all that will not be.
Oh.
So this simply was for the sake of what it was.
Yeah.
But now that we're continuing, it still is, but Full Gear, November 9th, I think it is.
It's probably going to
Yeah.
be a house show. Okay.
It's house show. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Okay, so Orstella beat Daddy Fat Sack 44-30. Exo Liquid Vamp beat Brandon 23 and Peanut 38, 36, 32.
I may be wrong, but I think that's Liquid Vamp's first win. I may
I was
be
about to say,
I may be
think
wrong.
That's the first. Yeah, I was about to say that.
I didn't think that she was going to do that. That is Exo Kev's real life friend, and I did not know she did AEW stuff or paid attention to AEW, but I guess so. Okay.
Could just, again, being the whole final show, come everybody, come one, come all.
And I did message Kev, and I was like, hey, man, I don't know if you want to do this or not, but this is the final show, so you might want to get in there. Maybe he told her, too. I don't know.
We got Go Tanaku defeating Sling Blade 36-30. Cassius beat Payne, Mark Black, and Oni 44-24, 17-16.
Oof, that is a...
Might I remind you, Fart Bucket had 23.
That is a giant jump from 44 to 16.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that the Payne and Mark Black showed back up, so that's cool.
Yep.
I always like to see, newcomers, show up and then they keep showing up because so often you got these new people that show up once and they disappear. So
we got Captain Charisma defeating Cade Gailey 37-24.
Okay.
TB666 defeating Spidey Nerd, which is
I am seeing
Tommy
this.
Oliver.
This is breaking news live reactions. This is the first time I've seen Spidey Nerd.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe he rebranded his gimmick from Dr. Tommy Oliver to Spidey Nerd. He's going by himself.
So let's talk about that before we continue. Woody.
So we're going to need a new graphic for him right there, by the way.
Yeah,
but he won. It was 43-24 for TB666.
Yes, TB66 won, but Woody, we're going to talk to you about this one. What is because I was not a part of this conversation. What was the thought process about giving him a name change, letting him do a name change? Because that's been against my policy. So
yeah, he had a Discord comment where he wanted that. I remember seeing that in the character chat, saying I'm going by myself. But like, I'm not Cactus Jack, I'm McFoley was the kind of thing that he did. I remember. So
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I was around for that. I don't remember this conversation whatsoever.
Interesting. Okay, because in the past, Dr. Tommy Oliver has called himself many things, like Lord Dracon, and I think there were some others. I'm not 100% sure. So to see, this is one of my things that I was against because I know it's a slippery slope. When you let people change their names, that could be dangerous because. I mean, let's be honest. When somebody says, "Oh, they changed their name," well, I can change my name, and that can be a slippery slope. This will be an interesting challenge to see how the crew overcomes this because now his profiles are all set up. Everything's under
URL,
all the history. Every time you go back, it'll be Dr. Tommy Oliver. Like when you search through the archive page, and now there will all of a sudden be a Spidey Nerd. So yeah. We'll see. I mean, again, if they decided
that's their problem to deal with. So
yeah, I mean, if this is their decision, obviously, I'm not big on it, but that's their call.
I get it with wrestling having a different kind of name for a gimmick. That's what it is. But there should be ways to deal with that because there should be a Spidey Nerd profile pic, et cetera, or the two like that cross references into the main thing or something there, but. That's something that the committee is going to have to really deal with because when you see WWE change a name from Eric to Ivar or whatever they do, they literally scrum through their website and any historic link of that is now Ivar. Like they've done that before with names. So I'm not saying that's what it was because he was called Dr. Tommy Oliver then. Now he's called Spidey Nerd, but the page needs to be updated. And you can't use that URL anymore. You can't use that. That's got to be fixed.
Something funny?
Hyperlink through everything.
This is some stuff that people don't take into consideration when they're, changing stuff or allowing stuff to be changed. So here's what you were just talking about. Let me lay something out for you of how this could go down. So say he wants to go by Spidey Nerd. Well, obviously he wants to go by Spidey Nerd. Say they're allowing him to go through that, which they did. Now, his URL is Dr. Tommy Oliver to his profile page. If you change that, it can be changed. It can be changed to Spidey Nerd. But if you do, all links on everybody, whoever faced Dr. Tommy Oliver in their match history. When you go to click on that name, it's going to be a broken link because every one of them are linked to Dr. Tommy Oliver's URL.
Yeah.
So if
unless
ever
you
fought
build
him,
something to point it to that, there's a lot of work involved in that.
you'll have to go in and manually change every person that he's fought on that person's match history page.
Or you get lazy and you put a page for Dr. Tommy Oliver that redirects to a Spidey Nerd page, and there's I'm gonna presume that kind of discussion is said where it's like, look, you can't change this again. This is what you want. Cool, you're committed.
Yeah, and I wasn't a part of the conversation. I hope these are some things that they thought about when decisions like this were, made.
Yeah, and if not,
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Now you know.
Yeah, I hope it wasn't all. Oh, he wants to be Spider-Man. Cool, let's do it. Like that's, hopefully those decisions aren't made often.
They're not going to break anything. I mean, they're going to ruin hyperlinks, yes, but it's not going to really literally cause problems and things won't work as far as the league. But it's like they got to be handled. They got to be
and
addressed.
it's okay to do it as long as you go in. And,
as long as you handle them and you address it. Yeah. So
it's not going to kill the league.
Kill the league. Nice. I see what you did there. I see what you did. That's good.
So yeah, he lost though. So
yeah, he did lose. So
after all that,
yep.
We got Adam X defeating Tom 43-34.
Big win there. Okay.
We've got Nathan 8K defeating Super Hippo 20-19. Fun fact: the Drifters and CM Carlito and Super Hippo were both in the tag title match. We'll get to that.
Yeah, and yeah, that's lost opportunity there.
Yeah, I believe people did simply. I believe their partners didn't show.
Yeah.
We'll see as we go through the card, but I believe that's simply all it was. No CM Carlito, and no Nathan or Real Deal. So. But again, it happens. It's the last show. People might be like, "I'm done." Yeah. Hopefully, when they learn it's not, they come back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, but Nathan 8K beating Super Hippo. That's a good win. People can talk down on Super Hippo after all that time, but he's still respectable. Like,
sure.
That's still good. And plus, it was by 1 point. So. Modstep defeated LJ and Chappers 46-40 to 33.
All right. I have to, again, this is me. I wasn't a part of it. Woody, what was the thought process by putting all of the guys that just formed a team against each other? Is it just, hey, it's our last show, let's face each other? Or what was the thought process there?
I don't think they officially formed the faction until this show. According to the write-up, that is. Like, in the write-up, they formed the faction after the match.
True. I guess they haven't formally done it. They had each other, in the previous write-ups before the show. Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying.
But I know that LJ wanted this. Like, LJ wanted to face his two friends at the last show.
Well, fuck what LJ wanted. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a little salty.
I mean, it's not like he cost you your job or anything.
Yeah, I'm a little salty about that guy. I'm a little salty about that guy.
Okay, we got the Green Machine defeating the Finn, former world champion, 40-35.
Wow. I'm surprised the Finn did this show, honestly. He usually does only WWE and NXT, so.
Again, if he thought there was no more after this one.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But
yeah, I think that's why we got some guys. By the way, what was the turnout? Did you have the numbers?
Oh.
For how many overall? Because normally it's like we got like 60-something or.
I can go look real quick, I guess.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, we don't need them. I'm just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go do that while you talk about the next thing.
Yeah, next one was Tino defeating the Dark Rider, 43-30.
That's it. That's a good win. Yeah, that's a good win for Tino. He's been, struggling as of late, so good to see him get a big win there over, Dark Rider, who's been, making moves.
Now, I may need to scroll down to the write-up for this one, but the Casino Battle Royale, 21 superstars. We'll get Woody's input here in a second. But Adonex, Cassius, and Tino defeated 18 other JRPL superstars with a no contest of 46-46-46. I forget who the other guys were. Let me go find it here. I'm going to run through the names. We've got Dark Rider or Stella, TB666, Peanut is my bitch 69, and Fart Bucket. That's the first group because they did it in the same as AEW's Battle Royal. The next group had Oni, GMSG, Cade, Gailey, Redhead, and Cassius. Third group had Tino, Kier 1, Adnex, Cam Popplestone, and Peanut. Fourth group was Green Machine, Pain, LJ, and Captain Charisma, and Exo Kev Kev. And number 21 was the Lucha Warrior. And yeah, the way it ended was that everybody kind of tumbled out at the same time, and they landed all at the same time. So they were like, we're all going to win. And yeah. So that's what happens when you have a three-way tie in a Battle Royal.
So so it says they defeated the other people in a no contest. So did they not win? I don't. Did they win or did they no contest? You know which
the
one?
write-up has them won. They all got eliminated and they were co-winners is how that was.
Okay.
But yeah, the no contest makes it like there wasn't really a winner, but I mean people were eliminated.
So those will count as
there were
wins.
these three left. Yeah.
For people wonder, because I assume those three will wonder, will that count as a win for me? I'm sure. So that those will count as 3 wins, I guess, for the Battle Royal.
Yeah, because Battle Royals never count as losses for the losers, just wins for the winners.
Yeah.
Would these technically win? I would say these guys get a win.
I guess so, yeah. I guess so.
Because if you have 3 simultaneous winners, they're co-winners is really it.
Yeah. And by the way, I just checked the turnout for All Out, and it looks like it was 60 even. And unfortunately, Real Deal JRH did post his picks, but it was after the deadline. I don't. Whoever was running, I don't think they closed down the sign up page properly. So I think it was up there like after the deadline. And Real Deal did post his picks, but it was after the deadline. So that's why he's not on the show. So he tried to show up, but he was just late.
Okay, that's going to happen.
Yeah,
as they learn. So
yep. So it was at 60.
But Woody, do you know what the thought process behind those 21 superstars were?
Going in or the tie itself?
The why there were 21, like why those?
Yeah, was it random or were they selected?
Yeah,
I think they were random. This has been a while. I believe they were random.
Mm-hmm.
I presume it was a case like no champions, no challengers, no major storylines kind of thing, like just a showcase.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next up, we do have the Tag Team Championship match, which was originally, as I mentioned, it was a 7-team elimination chamber, but it turned into simply a 5-way match because the Drifters were pulled out because Real Deal posted late, and CM Carlito wasn't there, so Super Hippo lost out. But we have the Legends of New School, KR1, and the Lucha Warrior defeating Team No Chance, Buck N5 and Lily Pilly, the defending champions, Chaotic Maniacs, Baron Ash and Broken Nerd, Hermanos Hasta la Muerte, Peanut is my big 69, and Alpha Dog, and Platinum Saints, 3J Platinum and Sax Blues. The scores were 70, 63, 45, 37, 27. And I need to scroll down for something here because we have Baron Ash and Sax Blues getting 0 score for matching IP addresses. So we've got that happening again. And I will only say one thing where I'm kind of glad this happened because that's a trial by fire moment for the new committee on dealing with that.
Yeah.
So there you go. I hate that it happened, but it's like, you know what? Do it on the first time.
I hate that it happened to champions. That's the big thing with me,
Yes.
But shit happens. We can't obviously catch everything. So I believe Woody, you're the one that caught this first, correct?
Yeah. And this affected 2 teams. I'll just say real quick. It affected the Maniacs and Platinum Saints because that's Sax Blues and Baron Ash. So literally same IPs from 2 different teams.
Okay. Well, Woody, you contacted me first about it. So who came to you and just lay out what happened with this?
Lay the smackdown.
Yeah.
Well, GMSG was going through stuff, updating shit, and he noticed. I think it was like, you noticed something about weird matching IPs?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, I think. And then he looked somewhere. I think it was like on the side or whatever, like how Sax Blues was in our Discord?
Yes.
he brought to my attention that it was like an anagram in Sax Blue's name that said Bear and Ash. So GMSG went, looked at both IPs going back as like far as SummerSlam and whatnot before that, and there was one instance like where they matched and everything, and then Aaron Ash admitted it in a DM, that he did it. So
Did he? I see. I never even saw that. Who did he admit to? GMSG or
yeah,
you?
he admitted to me. I'll send you it. Can't believe I didn't do that.
Yeah, yeah. How? So, what? Yeah, what all did it say? I mean, you don't have to go word for word. You can just give us a gist of it.
I don't remember. Give me a second.
Didn't know if he was like, the cocky types, like, yeah, I did it.
Oh, he was cocky.
Oh,
he was cocky.
That's unfortunate.
My thought is last show, why not? Was probably the idea.
Yeah, but he was doing it.
Who cares if
earlier.
I'm caught? Is my thought on that. But that's
let's see.
it's unfortunate. I hate that it happened, but I'm glad it did to the committee, so they can know how to deal with that and move forward. So, not that I'm wishing ill will on you guys. That's not what I mean by that. But it's like, look, you're going to encounter some shit.
Yeah, I'm reading it right
There
now.
it is.
I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
this
bomber. So
setup
historically, we had this actually happen. I believe it was Orstella.
Yep.
Had a couple other ones, and that was clarified and
There were at
moved
least
forward.
two,
Cool.
yeah.
And it was clarified, like, look, don't do that. Okay. And we thought something happened with LJ, which turned into one of my favorite stories of the year, where it was simply friends using the thing. It was all legit, and all good, and that turned out cool. And we even played on that, I think, from the last write-up, where it was like the superstars are ostracized for things in that, and not for the IPs, but for this attitude.
Okay.
And now we have this, so it's like
So it looks like, by reading by what he's saying here, that he did this on purpose for someone to catch him, basically.
Sure.
And he even part where he's like, I used a masked wrestler, planned it all along, this kind of deal. So he planned to break the rules all along. See, that's really unfortunate. And
some people, their game is ruining everybody else's game.
yeah, and
that's the game to them. And if that's what the goal was, I don't want that around.
That
sucks.
I defended certain things where, I like people to be able to say certain, like, I like people to try, to say whatever they want without being super disrespectful. He was super disrespectful. He got banned from Discord, but was not banned from the actual JRPL. So immediately creates another account to cheat in the JRPL. Man, I just, there's no, I don't want to
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't want to get too dirty. I'm just going to say no time for that, and that's just wasting our time. So
it literally, you're like, look, this is the conduct we like. Please don't.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you've ruined it here. We've said what we've said.
Yeah.
And then to literally do that back spitefully.
Yeah, to just on purpose, and
obviously
if you're going to cheat, you're doing it on purpose, but this was a more vindictful, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I didn't see that. That was the first time seeing that as well.
And it's never happened before intentionally like this. Like I said, the thing with Orstella was, I think it was a misunderstanding. It's like, hey, don't do that. Okay.
Yes.
If it was or it wasn't, that's how it went down. I will not ever say anything bad about the situation there. This is the first where it was like, look, I'm going to intentionally do this.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say both competitors are completely banned from the JRPL, obviously. I mean, I assume that's what you guys did. I mean, I would do that. I assume that's the call that you guys made, Woody? Or if you even made the call yet. I assume so, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a good call. That's...
There's literally been no reason to have that happen otherwise.
Yeah.
Except for literally violating the rules.
And some people are so
intentionally.
There's some really fucked up people out there where they're like, yes, I'm the first person that got banned by the JRP. Like, some people are just really like that. I'll just say, I don't want to say anything too crazy, but some people just like that, and it's unfortunate.
And now the guys have to go through and check any new signups
now
to
it's
see if
gonna
the
be
IP is
super
match, and he's going to try to do things to mask it.
Of course. Yeah,
that's the game to people, and you know what? That's what they do. That's the committee's job to work and deal
it's
with.
a waste of time. But yes,
It's what it is. But it's unfortunate, and it's like I said, I'm only thankful it happened because the guys get to learn on show number 1.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yep. I would
So-
I would bet $1 million he is going to try to create more counts and try to do more stuff. Yes, I would 100% bet on that. So that's going to be a chore from now on.
So let's look at the positive on this. The Legend of New School are the new tag team champions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's
Era
not.
1 and Lucha Warrior, 2 rookies, right? I keep wondering, like they're new. They're this year and they're tag champs.
Yeah, fairly new. Yeah, pretty new for sure. I think they're. I don't know if Cure One's a rookie. I know for sure Lucha Warrior's a rookie.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guess this happened on the show because I never even heard a word about Lucha Warrior becoming a part of the Legends of New School. Like not even a hint. I never even heard anybody mention it to me at all. So there you go. That's hey, if you're gonna jump on a stable at this point in time, New School, they're the hottest stable in the game right now. So go for it.
They really are.
Oh yeah.
Now, Woody, being someone from a stable that might not be on its best times, how's it look with seeing a new stable? I'm half serious here.
Hey, you could ask me the same question. So
That's true.
My
That's true.
stable's-
So,
yeah.
like seeing, so is okay, yeah, because I've never been on a stable. I've always been the lone wolf guy here, except for the tag team with Lee, which went south. But seeing stables kind of come and go, because we saw things with Kill the League and not have the greatest of success, and there's been other stables to not really manage it. But I mean, Team No Chance were the first stable to get all the gold. The Solution had ridiculous success with their gold, and I will never take anything away from the UVC with their success. But then these guys come along and they're winning everything. They're winning the tag gold now. It's like, oh shit. What's it like from a stable perspective to see that kind of thing happen? And I guess from a booking president perspective as well.
From someone who's been in a really successful stable, it's always nice to see and refreshing to see a new stable come up and do things that you haven't been able to do and all that, and seeing them do it in a different way. Like Solution, I don't think Solutions has ever had the Ultraviolet title, and they're like winning all this gold. It's really cool. It's really refreshing. It's nice.
They're not just winning the gold, they're having title matches against each other.
Yeah. Hey, at this point, they're like their toughest competition is himself.
Which is pretty great.
That's how good they're doing. Yeah. I will say, it is. Yeah. Just basically what Woody said. It's always cool to see a new stable come up and make a huge impact, because initially when the Legends of New School debuted, there wasn't that like, oh, these guys are going to be good. These guys are going to be a big threat. It was more of a, yeah, okay, whatever. Here's another bunch of jobbers coming in here. But look what's going on. I think they're doing a fantastic job. Obviously, we're at the point where you got to take them serious. We're past that, I think. But as far as title histories and stuff go, I mean, you know me, I'm more of a purist, and seeing a team debut in a title match, but either way though, it's a big moment for them. I hope they continue to, go on a success. I hope they continue to be a team, even, if they hit a rough patch, because I'm more about longevity in teams, and
yes.
I hope this isn't a, hey, we're the champs, oh, we lost them, well, we're never going to team again. I hope it's not one of those type deals. So.
I look at it too, like I think it was a case of this is the final show, let's give them a shot, because two of their stablemates are going for gold over here. They're the other two, let's give them the tag title shot, and they go and win it, and it turns out it's continuing. Holy shit, we're champions! That's kind of cool, right? So I like that aspect. But yeah, there is unique bomber disliking situations of it having gone on in as the last show, but then it's not after all. Oh, okay. So the situations were a bit weird, but we're coming out of it, and like those moments stuck. Oh,
and I think going forward, it's going to be fun to talk about what I wouldn't have done compared to like what is being booked. I think that's going to be a fun topic to do.
Oh, they wouldn't have been in this match.
Correct. I would not have put a team. Yes, I would not have put a team.
Would have meant that Team No Chance would have retaken their titles to be 3-time champs.
Actually, well, if Baron Ash wasn't fucking cheating, the Chaotic Maniacs would have won.
You are correct.
That is the original. They had the highest score without. Oh, I don't even think we mentioned what the penalty was. Both Baron Ash and Sax Blues, which is the same person, they received a score of 0 for cheating.
Yes. So, Broken Nerd had 45.
That's unfortunate.
Which is one of the
for
best
him.
scores, considering the next guy was 63 and 70. So all you gotta do is get like 10, 20 points, and you got it. Mark Bucket got 20.
You know what? I don't know if I just realized this or not, but I feel really bad for Broken Nerd. We had Hiroshi Moses and Tommy Oliver with the whole Kill the League. They, said, we don't want Baron Ash. We're going to kick him out. And Broken Nerd stood by Baron Ash and said, you know what? No, I'm going with my partner. He's been my partner. And then to see him cheating and stuff and that's pretty shitty, man. That sucks.
It sucks.
That sucks. I just thought, that sucks.
That's something for them to excuse me.
Oh, don't die. Yeah. Yeah. But
and Platinum.
Oh, and it sucks for 3J. Who knows? Maybe Broken Nerd and 3J Platinum need to team up now since they lost their partners. But anyway, it sucks for both those guys because 3J was so. Oh my God! This is all connecting the dots as we go. I wanted 3J and Captain Charisma to be in the SummerSlam match together, and then 3J's like, no, I found this new partner, Zax Blues, and that kind of derailed, the possible Regulators versus the Regulators match. Man, this whole, Baron Ash. I'm sure Baron Ash is probably listening to this, and I'm sure he's smiling so much right now listening to us talk about how unfortunate this whole circumstance were. But either way, let's wrap it up by saying congrats to the Legends of New School. Great job. You beat several strong opponents. Hey, beating Team No Chance. And we know they are the most veteran tag team, I think, going right now, right?
I believe so, yes.
I think so, yeah.
Which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
Like that they've outlasted everybody else.
Yeah, they've been going a while.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's look at Ash defeating the GMSG 45-42. Which, if I'm correct, are the two highest scores in a single match that we've looked at yet from a one-on-one. It is,
so.
yes.
Oh, what? Yeah. I guess we'll talk about it later, but what won a match of the night?
Not me.
What did you guys decide that?
Junctions match. He got it. For
Junctions match. Oh, yeah.
We're coming up. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we're coming up on that.
Gotcha. Sorry. Yeah.
I saw the score and went, oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, top.
That's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not see Woody. Maybe you can enlighten me. What was the reasoning behind the Ash and GMSG match? I don't really recall them having too much beef. Was there, or was it just like a to go out on a big match or something? Because they're both heavy hitters. We
just lost Woody. He dropped out of the chat, so he's probably got a connection issue.
Okay. Well, scratch that question.
Yeah, we can always just re-ask it. When he's back. I was unaware of anything on this one. Again, I'm not on the committee. I'll make that clear. I did not want to be on it simply for the fact that I was gunning for the world title at the time. Otherwise, I probably would have gone for it, to be fully honest. To be able to have a shot at affecting things or keep it going, I would have been interested.
I gotcha.
But conflict of interest.
Yeah.
My perspective on this match was it's two big names. Let's have them fight.
Yeah, and I would say definitely if GMSG, I know they weren't planning on, or they were hopeful that stuff would continue, but they didn't know. So I guess if GMSG won this match, that would definitely elevate him into the main event picture. But Ash got another big win here.
I got to say, I think even though he didn't win, 42 would have damn near beaten anybody else.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So far. I think it literally would have. TB666 and Adnex had 43.
Yeah.
So, there's only a couple people, or still had 44. There's a few people that would have beaten him, but nobody else, really. So he definitely had one of the top scores in a 3-point loss to Ash. So... Yeah. I mean, it's one of those cases where, he lost, but look how good he was. So there is that. But yeah, the win would have just cemented it. It's like, all right, you're in the main event now. Let's go. No questions asked. Let's see what happens when you go up against this guy.
Yeah, and he's defending superstar of the year. So I mean, there's always that too. Woody, you back with us?
Yes, I'm back in the land of the living.
Cool. One question I had: what was the booking idea behind Ash and GMSG? I didn't recall reading that at all in the creative chat.
The original plan was for battle of two faction leaders. You'd have GMSG versus Redhead,
Oh, okay.
but Redhead scheduled match with Boss. Like those two been wanting Red's been wanting for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of like left the GMSG like up in the air. So the GMSG thought of like someone he wanted to face, and he said he wanted to face Ash.
Well,
Yeah, he thought Ash.
that's another faction leader for New School.
Yep.
So I mean, it works out. Okay.
Welcome to dealing with multiple people with booking.
There you go. Ain't it a good thing we got enough stables in the JRPL? You know.
And
There
it's a
we
big
go.
match. Like I said, it's a
it's very
definite
big.
one. It's a close one for GMSG, but this wasn't his night this time. But like that's a case where it's like he had a loss, but he won't suffer for it. I feel like that was a good close one. But wins and losses matter in AEW. Next up, speaking of close ones, Jut 9 beat Cam Popplestone 34-33.
Thank God. You know. Thank God. First of all, just my little insider info, because obviously I talked to Jut before the show. Him and Bastion didn't know like any of my involvement for the show, so I did talk picks out with him either way, just saying, hey, this is what I would do if I'm going to show up and stuff. I don't know how Jut won this match. Jut simply said, I've never seen anything AEW, but I'll do the show since it's the last one. So there you go. That's why he was on the show. I would not anticipate him being on any other AEW shows. By the way, booking committee, just heads up on that. And having said that, I said, well, obviously there's two matches that I would easily top block. I would definitely top block Private Party winning their tag match, and I would definitely I'm just as confident in the Lucha Bros winning their match. Now I myself did not do very good, but I was confident in those matches, and he said, nah, neither. I'm not picking either one of those. And me and Bastion were both like, we're pretty sure those two teams are gonna win. He's like, nah, I'm gonna go with the other teams. So again, I don't know how all his picks landed, but he picked against the two most, in my opinion, obvious matches of the night, and he still got the win. So thank God that happened.
He would have beat me. My score was 30. Well, we're getting to, but yeah,
he must have did good on the other matches apparently, because. But those two matches, he said he was going against. He was picking the Young Bucks and who the hell did Private Party face? I don't even remember.
Angelica Weapons.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was no way they had a chance.
I want to look at his picks now.
Yeah, there was no way Angelico and Evans were going to win that match. I mean, come on. But hey, he won. He won and I lost, so I won't. I should shut the hell up. So.
He picked the right things for the right stuff. He got some stuff wrong, but it all worked out.
He did. Yeah, and I'm super happy. Super happy got the win there against one of my all-time rivals there, Cam Pop.
And the funny thing is, he was the only one. Like, spoiler alert, he was the only one of the UBC to win.
Yeah.
So I will say that when it was like, there's one more show, I kind of was thinking, if I don't have the world title, I want Jut.
Well,
I got to beat Jut, and I wouldn't have.
It's a possibility,
and I wouldn't have if I did it. So that would have been just like, oh.
Just don't aim for it on an AEW show, because I don't think he's going to show up on one.
No, but you know what I mean. Like that was.
Oh yeah.
On my list of possibilities, I would have fucking lost. So I still lost, but you know what I mean. It would have been like, hey. Speaking of lost, Redhead lost. It was legit Boss defeating Redhead. We talked about that a bit. 41-39, 2 points, which is a bonus question, as I always throw out there. 1 or 2 bonus questions, and that's all it takes. Same for the last 2 matches. The 3-pointer for Ash and the 1-pointer for Jut, now 2-pointer for Boss. It's a big deal. These are close matches. Again, big names having big matches. Yeah, and Woody, you kind of talked about the insight on how this one even came about. So.
Red versus Boss?
Yeah.
Yeah, like basically, how did this match happen? Because just at SummerSlam, or no, TakeOver, this was out the window. This was not a possibility. So you got to tell us, how did this match happen? Is it just because it's the last show, or
as far as I know,
what?
I don't have a lot of insight in this, but as far as I know, I think Boss relented because he thought it's kind of really hard. That this is going to be the last JRPL show until they thought, fuck it, let's just do it, get out of the way.
Okay. I mean, that's the only scenario where I could have seen this happening because we talked about it, how I've never really got that doesn't work for me, brother, kind of type deal since booking in 2.5 years, and I got it for this match. And then the funny thing is, as soon as I'm not booking a show, it's on that show, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But
well, again, a part of it was the idea
the final
of,
show.
Like, well, with the SummerSlam or the Takeover match, I think it was Boss didn't want to be the pawn in someone else's story, and I talked about that to a fair bit at that point. It's like I'm literally doing it as the Woody lackey was the thought. And even if that isn't true, I get it, because it's like, okay, so these two are going to face off. So on the show prior, these two are going to face off. It's connected, and that's just how wrestling is. Like,
true, I guess.
But there's some people who will be like, that doesn't work for me, and okay, we figure something else.
That's I mean, everybody's got their thing. I would have. I mean, it would have been a main card match, a highlighted match, with story involved, as opposed to
Big time.
Not even getting a write-up, and it's on the undercard, and nobody cares about it. So, but everybody, if some people have their reasons, so there you go. But either way, it finally did happen, and Legit Boss got the win. So, congrats.
And there is a fairly decent write-up for it in here.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll come kind of skim through those.
Boss being Boss. It was great.
Yeah. Now we have this is great. The $25,000 ladder match. Vitamin Yes defeating Spring Tigress by points. Another close one, 45-41.
Yeah. I wasn't part of the process. Why was there a reasoning behind the $25,000 ladder match, Woody, that you guys talked about?
As far as I know, because I wasn't deep into the discussion for that, but I did read something about two people in college needing the money for tuition.
Okay. All right.
But I wasn't involved in that, but that's what I got from it.
Gotcha.
Okay, and we have the Road Warrior Championship. Wookiee retaining over Luke Gray. 51. Let me say that again. 51-25.
There it is.
51. That's a squash. Luke Gray earned this shot. He was king of the house shows. And I saw him post something. Technically, if this was a main show, he didn't just lose on a house show. So technically, his house show streak's alive, which I got to give him credit for that play. But he earned the Road Warrior shot. It was interesting to go after it. Here he is. But he got beat by Wookiee by 26 points.
Here's what I'm going to point out. I mean, 51, and look at you just scroll up just a little bit, top lock, 52.
Yeah.
That's I mean, talk about earning your damn win. That is impressive.
And for the record, Wookiee, here's his history with the Road Warrior title. He's a two-time champ, Wookiee is. He won it on like the fourth show it was on. Taking it in what was it? Actually, he lost challenging. Sorry, he beat JD O'Neil. Forgive me. He retained it over Platinum and Bionic Knee. I have the history because of a no contest, and then lost it in the Greatest Royal Rumble to 3J Platinum. He never got it back. He never got a shot back until GMSG had it at TLC this past December, and he didn't get it. And then he took it off of Tigress, who took it off of me. And here we are. He's retained it over Orstella and Luke Gray now. So that's a bit of a redemption run as Road Warrior champion, as far as I see.
Yeah, no, that's super impressive. And let's be honest, too. Luke Gray definitely deserved it.
100%.
Yeah. So this was
he talked up a lot of crazy, but he backed it up with all those wins. So I'll never question that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And hey, and you know what? You know how it goes. You're gonna back of the line now. It's back of the line. You know, you did good. You earned your shot, and now you're back of the line. But who would have thought? Did you guys do the JRPL PL?
I did not.
Okay. Did you do it, Woody?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
But I thought Luke was actually going to steal it off him.
You know what? Now that I say it, I don't remember, but I would have picked Luke, I think. I hope I did. I probably picked Wookiee, god damn it. But looking at it, I would have picked Luke in this, and squash. So, close enough, I guess.
Crazy.
Was it a squash?
26 points.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah. But either way, hey, super early in his career, it's not like this is going to destroy him or anything. Plenty of time to do anything he needs. And by the way, he claims on the Discord that he's still undefeated at house shows.
That's what I said.
Sorry. Yeah, I was looking at some gifs that we were posting in our in our regular chat at the time.
Well, he also claims that he's going to start a team with Tino in the JRPL.
Oh,
he claims a lot of things.
He does. Okay. Now, do you guys want to talk about that right now?
Yeah.
The Tino thing? Okay. So apparently in a different prediction league, these guys are tag team partners. He says they're tag team champions. And I guess he wants to kick Fart Bucket to the curb, but I thought that's been his whole gimmick. The whole Regulators was like this joke type team. Now, if they start getting like real people, he
got success, so I think he's kind of going after real wins.
Yeah, but
he's like the Bo Dallas. Like whenever Bo Dallas is in NXT, he's just getting obsessed.
Yeah, but I mean, are they going to keep the Regulator name? Is that what he planned on doing, or did he say?
I have no clue.
Because to me, that was
character chat.
Yeah, that was more of a joke type team. If they start bringing in a former, right now, Tino's on the story of he's going down a dark path and stuff. Like, to me, okay, we'll come hang out with the guys throwing corn dogs in the crowd. Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Gotta revamp that gimmick. Gotta change things up.
Seems a little different. Now, maybe if Luke Gray went down some type of dark route, or maybe, who knows, Tino started slinging corn dogs into the crowd. I don't know. But it just seems a little wonky at the moment. But, well, I guess if they really do it, we'll see how they plan on doing it.
Yeah, I'll send whatever they sent in the character chat.
Oh, Jesus, that's a
something.
That's a long one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll hide and watch. We'll see what happens. As far as what Tino, I haven't heard Tino comment on it yet, so we'll see if Tino's even on board with that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a few people have said that too. Like, oh, I want to do this. I'm like, yeah, no. Maybe we'll see someday. I'll never outright say no to something unless it directly flies in the face of something imminent, and that came up with the stuff at Takeover. I've never said no outright. I've always said, well, hold on, let's try this. So he might be the type to be like, yeah, why not? And you got Corn Dog Tino. Who knows?
Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of weird gimmicks, Taipei Deathmatch.
Hey, that's some CZW shit right there.
Yeah, we got some CZW shit is right. Now it's Woody, who we've just lost from the call again.
Wait, we did?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Woody winning with 1 point in a Taipei Deathmatch against Bastion.
My boy.
-14. So you can comment first on this one then with Bastion's loss.
Yeah, our whole talks going into All Out, we were pretty confident for the most part. Like I said, we knew our 9 and 10s. We were confident with Private Party and all that stuff and Lucha Bros. But after that, I would say we were very confident except for like 3 matches. And look what happened. He did bad. I did bad. Jut didn't do great, but he still won. Thank God. We overall, all of us did bad. We just didn't do very good. In -14, I'm at this point, I'm kind of happy that he was only that low because we did very bad on that show. And hey, it was a big match. I heard some. Why is Woody not here? Because I wanted to bring up something very important here. It'd be weird if I bring it up without him here. But there was.
Yeah, we can wait.
Okay. Just either way, it was a big match that these guys have a lot of history. So Woody's messaging us right now, I think. What is this? My internet is fucking up. Give me a minute. Okay. These guys got a lot of history, so this match to me made sense. It made sense for the final show. You know, Bastion took out Woody's eye. There's been so much going back and forth between UVC and Solution. This made sense. On the card, this was one of the matches that I was most on board with, actually. Not just because it was Bastion, because there was history behind it, and it made sense. What was your thought process when you saw this match posted?
I didn't understand the Type A deathmatch, but it is Woody, so I'm not surprised.
Oh. Wait, do you mean the stipulation or the...
Yeah. Well, I didn't understand why. I get what a Type A deathmatch is.
Gotcha.
Like dipping the glue. But why are they having that?
I think it was more of a go all out type. I didn't book any of the stipulations, but I assume it was let's go crazy.
No, that to me is like, don't do it just because you can. Even if it's your only shot, don't do it just because you can. There's risks there, but again, if this is a last ditch thing, okay. But I don't understand why a Type A deathmatch, given them and their history, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, a deathmatch would have been fine, or something about the history involved with them makes sense. I never would have thought a Type A deathmatch. Yes, that's the way. I don't get the connection.
I can get hold on. I have to go back and look up the write up because there is one connection that I would make, but I need to see if they. Oh, hold on. What are you back?
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. In your match, here's the question. In your match with Bastion, I don't remember. Did you guys have glass taped onto your Type A deathmatch, like gloves?
Yeah, it was like on the wrists.
So you guys did have glass involved.
Yeah.
Okay, see, now that makes sense to me because Bastion, if you remember, took a shard of glass and cut out Woody's eye. So at least that connection.
Okay.
We were
Is
trying
that
to
why?
we were trying to figure out. Yeah, we were trying to figure out why you guys picked a Type A death match for your stipulation.
Yeah, because he used glass to dig that eye out. So I was pretty adamant that glass would be involved in the match somehow.
Okay.
But I didn't know how.
Now that makes sense. I'm
on board then. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yep.
So I didn't understand like why a Type A deathmatch was my thing. Like I don't get that. But I'm thinking more specific. Like I think like Kickboxer is the whole dip in the gloves and that. It's more that kind of thing, not the glass history. But now I get it now. Okay.
So here's a question that I really have for you, Woody. So I don't know if you know that he told me or not. He came to our chat. Bastion did.
Oh, I know what you're going for.
Oh, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going already.
Oh.
Well, good. Then I hope you got answers because I'm really confused. So Bastion jumped into our chat, the UVC chat, and said, "Hey guys, my match with Woody. I think it's a if I lose, I join the Solution match." Okay. So do you want to elaborate on that, Woody? What happened? What's going on there?
Okay. I can let me pull up these messages just so I don't miss something.
Okay, because I was like when he said that I was like, come again? Wait, what? Why would that ever make sense?
I could have sworn I saw something about that mentioned in the Discord, but just from the sake of like. Yeah, in general chat, where it's just the random things of like, and then I'll be the president. Like, it's that kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I missed it.
I didn't think it was a legit thing, so I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I got to hear about that. That's interesting.
Okay. So, if you recall, way back, like when the Solution first did their joining thing or whatever, we ran a little angle where Bastion said he was going to join the Solution. And then, he shook my hand and everything. And then I think that's when the UVC was formed. UVC attacked me, and Bastion never joined.
That's Survivor Series?
So
UVC joined at Survivor Series, if that's what you're talking about.
Is that where UVC debuted?
Yes, that's where the UVC formed because I believe it was. Oh, am I getting my? I know we formed at Survivor Series, but I hope I'm not getting the Survivor Series mixed up, where it was the Regulators versus the Solution. I think I'm getting it mixed up a little bit. I don't recall that. Then I don't know. I don't remember that. What you're talking about?
There was a time where in one of the write-ups, I don't remember which one it was, that Bastion shook my hand. He was going to join the Solution, and then that's when UVC formed. They were attacking and everything.
Okay.
So when thinking of this match, I always thought that it would be a cool callback to either him teasing the join again just to do it again, or him actually joining. So me and him were like spitballing ideas about that. And one of them, which came up, was let me look. One of them that we both thought of a stipulation. This was Bastion's idea. He said, if you win, we do that, and I join the solution. But if I win, then the UBC comes out and they help me win, and then I leave the solution.
So what?
But-
So you were gonna leave the solution if you lost.
Yes, but then as we thought about it more, it was just too overly complicated.
Okay. Yeah,
This was at the very beginning before we knew anything like this was continuing or whatnot, because we all thought this was the last show.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah, I was just. He came to us and was like, guys, I just got to tell you something. I think if I lose, I'm joining the solution. And we were like, what the fuck?
I like that he's like, I think I fucked up. I don't know what.
Yeah, he's like, I trust you guys.
Like, what have I done? I signed. Oh shit.
He's like, I want to tell you guys first. I'm like, what? I told him, I was like, hey, I even said, I don't know word for word, but I'm like, hey man, if that's what you want to do, I was like, this is supposed to be the last show. So if that's what you want to do, you got to do what you got to do, man. I said, I definitely wouldn't sign off on it, but hey,
Yeah.
I've said that about a lot of things so far for the show, but I was like, if you want it, go for it.
Now, did that actually end up being?
It wasn't.
Like, what you said you pulled that out, right? Like, there's no faction leaving at all.
No. It was a.
This time,
Well, I was about to say it wasn't in the write-up because I never heard whether it was or like confirmed or not confirmed. So when I read the write-up, I was like, oh man. When it happened, I was like, God damn it, Bastion's fucking joining the solution. Like when the match actually, that was the first thing I looked at to see if Bastion won. Like when the results came out, I looked to see if Bastion won. And when he lost, I was like, God damn it, Bastion's joining the solution. And then I read the write-up and I'm like, well, I don't see anything about that in here. So I guess you guys went against it, but I didn't. I never heard whether or not it was going to happen.
Yeah, it was a spur of the moment thing. I'm glad with how the write-up went. It was really good. All props to Jace. Jace wrote that.
Oh, good. Yeah, it was good. Good job, Jace.
nice.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, either way, congrats. You got the win over my boy. Good job. I'm just thankful that he didn't join the solution because I probably would have cried a little bit. That's like
It would have went
you
full
would've cried
circle
a
if he
lot.
had.
that's like finding out Santa Claus is not that thing. I would have cried. I would have cried.
Well, let's move on to
Yeah.
something that made me cry, because I could have gone after the top block title. I'm probably gonna be like, hey, let me go after that one, and probably get match of the night. But no. So imagine if I never got it ever. Oh, it'd be sad. But it wasn't meant to be. And instead, Jonathan C.T. Martin, champion, top block champ, defended against Junction, and I went to a no contest, 52-52.
Now let's state the obvious. I mean, the blissful enigmas. They have a history of facing each other and there being no contests.
Mm-hmm.
I assume this was not the case. I have not even looked at their picks. I'm probably 99.9% sure they didn't do that. They wouldn't do that for this. But it's just very coincidence. That's all I'm saying. That they fought each other again and there was a tie. But congrats to CT Martin for defending his title, kind of. Like, he's still champ.
Yeah, he didn't get beat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what matters. In this whole, I want to hear what you guys think about this story that kind of just CT Martin has just kind of like spurred up on his own. The whole kind of splitting himself away from the Blissful Enigmas, but then at the end of this show, it said he kind of reconciled some stuff. What are your guys' thoughts on him maybe splintering away from the Enigmas, but maybe not? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, maybe it's just because, like, this whole Warden and Mirmy thing's happening at the same time, and it's kind of oddly similar in a way.
Okay. Yep.
This is kind of confusing, and it felt like it came out of nowhere. And it's just me. Maybe it's different for everyone else. But I was really confused by how that all came about.
I can see that. Yeah, it's the same happened the same time that Beer Me and Warden's going on. I can see that happening. What about you, Scott?
I'll go a little more old school with my comparison. It reminds me of The Rock during the Nation of Domination days. He better leave before they beat his ass and kick him out. If that's what's happening.
Oh,
that's kind of what I
okay.
see there. You know what I mean? Like if he's splintering off on his own, he better make up his damn mind before he gets his ass beat. That's what it feels. It really feels like that. And I have some history with the Enigmas. I know how they operate a little bit. I've never been one, but they fuck you up. So
yeah,
I can see that happening with him there. I've always liked CT. His stuff has been fun to work with. We had some fun back and forth matches. I think we're 1-1 actually. So it's been fun seeing that one, but I do agree. It's kind of like what's happening for why now? And I think it's just a matter of like who's the heel, who's the face. Okay, and it's getting defined, and it's going the right way now. But I think he's breaking off as a face, and he's got to pull that trigger.
That's what it looks like.
And get out. Yeah, that's how I really get. And I like that because like, well, when's it going to happen? What's going to happen? Is it going to be now? Is it going to be now? That's fun stuff for the storytelling coming up. So yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah,
especially here with the no contest. Oh, I'm better. Even if he's not thinking I'm better than everybody else there. Oh, he just had a draw though. Ooh, what now? Okay.
Yeah, and so. I think it all started with the whole, he told the team not to come out to help him against Bastion, and they came out anyway, so I can see how I see the story that's taking place, but I didn't like the whole, just what you said, like, pull the trigger, like, when he's teasing this stuff with Junction, like, at the end, hey, this is your moment to, like, kind of separate, but you know what, we reconcile a little bit. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, whoa, I don't want to say shit or get off the pot, but I'm going to say shit or get off the pot. So
it's the story, though, because now next time, if he doesn't do it, he might get kicked out.
Yeah, he's going to cost himself.
It's going to end badly. So I could see that happening.
That might be the story.
We're talking about that, but at the same time, I know we're going to get into it later. But it was a similar thing with Warden and Beerme in their match. But it's two different things.
Yeah, I really want to talk about that, so I'm looking forward to that.
That one's coming up. Yeah, we're 2 matches away, so we can compare them there. So let's move to the next one, and we can kind of talk about both when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Ultra Violent Championship, a Hell in a Cell match, a rematch for the final that had a draw. It's New School members Hawk, the champ, who took it from Bomber, versus Jace Villain 13, 30-26.
Well, first things first. Congrats.
Actually, he didn't take it from you. You weren't even in the match when it happened.
Well, yeah. Like, kayfabe-wise, I wasn't there, but yes. I will say, first things first, congrats, Hawk. TOD3 winner. So, you're an elite group with me and Crofty, if anybody remembers Crofty, a.k.a. Bailey.
The first champ, right?
Yeah, the first TOD. And the first champ. Yeah, first
that was the first ever champ, if I'm correct. Because that happened technically before the tag title match.
You are correct. Wait, no. First ever champion in history is Super Hippo.
You're right. I was about to say it's Super Hippo.
Yeah. But the first UV champ is I was about to say Bailey. Crofty.
Yes, correct. Yes.
But anyway, I will say this: everybody should be happy. We got the Hell in a Cell match that everybody wanted. People were, when I announced the TOD3, they were like, "Why's the finals on Hell in a Cell?" So, hey, at least we got to it. I hope everybody's happy about that. And it was a good match. The write-up was good. I heard who worked on that? I think Hawk, Jace, and was there somebody else writing that, Woody? I don't remember. Was it just them two?
I think it was just those two. I know Jace wrote a lot of it, and then Hawk helped.
Cool. They, pulled out all the stops. They did a very good job there. Hawk got the win, which I'm happy to see a title defense. Thank God. Hawk has been on the biggest losing streak too coming into this. So,
oh yeah,
but he's won when it mattered. How solution-like of him.
Exactly. He tied and then he won. So he does not lose with the title on the line. I like that. When the title's not on the line, different outcome. But
what's crazy was that he was trailing throughout this entire show, and it looked like there's no way that he could win.
Really? Yeah, I wasn't following along, so that's interesting.
And this Hell in a Cell, so the points are doubled up and down if you lose them. So 30-26 is respectable, I would have lost to most others, so that means they probably had some big chunks of their scores taken out.
Yeah.
But still, that's pretty good, and it's still a 4-point win, which a 2-point match would have tied it for Jace. That's how close that is. So yeah, that's really interesting to me.
I'm just happy it wasn't another no contest. So we actually have a TOD winner, thank God. But yeah. So all the congrats to both of these guys. Did a fantastic job in the tournament. Hawk got the win, goes down in history, still the champ, and has the trophy. So good job, Hawk. Good job, you man. The Legend of New School, dude. I can't say it enough. They're killing it, man. They're killing it.
Mm-hmm. They currently have 3 or 2 of the titles right now.
Yeah, the tag team
the
and
tag title and UV.
Yep.
Which, yeah, that's okay. That I if you asked me that earlier, I would not have predicted that. And that's not a knock on them. That's just they were that untested of a property.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But now here we go. When I talk big matches, we got the Warden and Bear Me Jesus, 45-41.
Man, who wants to start? Who wants to start with this one?
I'll start real quick.
Okay.
Because I think you guys have more to talk about this whole situation after. Because I was kind of facing both these guys beforehand. I faced Bear Me, and then I faced Warden, and I literally had respect with Bear Me after ours when he beat me, and then I beat Warden in a knockdown drag-out brawl, which was awesome to have, because he and I wanted a match for the longest time, but we didn't want to rush anything. And then we finally had it. It was a lot of fun. I got the win. I got to show more side of my character, doing a different type of win. Got the brawl. It was a lot of fun. And that was what broke Warden. And he saw me show Beer Me respect. And then Warden went ape shit in the write-up. And it was great. It was like, oh, Solution Anniversary. And then all shit breaks loose. So to see that happen and literally have Bear Me dealing with a partner who was in a coma for a while, gone, and then come back and turn on him. Been there. It was fun to see, and I'll just compare it to the whole CT Martin Enigmas thing. It's a little more defined with this one because of just how violent and single-minded Warden is in the write-up. It's just a matter of like, I'm the solution. Fuck everything else. It's me.
I do like that.
I like that a lot. And then you start calling himself the Executioner as well. He had like a whole like Judge Dredd with you. I'm like, that's fucking great. I love it. It's really good. And it's a little more defined. That's not to say that I don't like the CT Martin thing, because that one is a little more like, well, where's it going? Which way is it? And you can milk that. You can go with that. Warden's was more just like, I'm dropping a fucking anvil on it, and it's going. Like, here it is. It's the Executioner. Boom. And I like that, too. But it's a little more, like, immediately satisfying.
Yeah,
So this match had to happen on this show. Otherwise, fuck, we have a loose end. Oh, shit. On the nothingness of closure. The shows will continue, but this ended up being what it was.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think... I actually don't know how long CT Martin and the Enigmas were planning what they're doing, but we kind of planned out the Warden and Beer Me Jesus thing. That's why I think this has been in the works a little bit. So I think that's why this felt a little more polished, a little more ready to go and presentable. Now this match, I'll do my input here, and then Woody will let you, I guess, wrap this match up. But my input is, for the last show, thinking this is the last show, you have to do this match. Like Scott said, if you wouldn't have done this match, there would have been a major issue. So this match had to happen. But now that it's going to continue, I know Warden is saying he's retired, he's done, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
But it's wrestling.
Yeah. The thing is, we had so much planned for these two. I talked to the Solution. We had... Have I talked about where we plan on this going yet here on the show?
No. I will say that you mentioned something on your Discord video. Everybody should go, or on your Patreon video. People should go support that now.
Yeah.
But I will say, Bomber, to pull back a little bit of a curtain, I hope you don't mind, but you did mention it to me as a possibility of being involved in something later on. And I was like, I'm on board. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I knew about it from that.
Bottom line, I won't go into full detail now that you mention it, that I brought it up on Patreon. Thank you, by the way.
Yes.
But I will say, they they weren't supposed to meet this early. This wasn't supposed to happen. They weren't supposed to touch till later. It was supposed to be down the road. We had a lot of...
Lee and I.
Exactly.
It was like Lee and I.
Exactly.
Let's milk this out. Yes.
And Beer Me even came to me one day. I don't remember when it was, but he came to me and said, "Hey, when am I going to face Warden? Am I going to face Warden? What's our deal?" And I said, "Look, you guys are two major names in the JRPL. There's no way you guys are going to face each other on, a TLC show or some random, backlash show. You guys, if you ever face one-on-one, I feel like it's got to be at a Big Four, if not just WrestleMania." That's just the history behind these two, how big
100%.
of names they are. Yeah. And we had stuff in the works for Survivor Series, but it's not going to work out now. And that's fine. Warden, as some of you may know, or some of you may not know, Warden has decided to step down from the JRPL. He is retiring, and the son of a bitch isn't retiring looking up at the lights. So you know what? Everybody hate on him for that. When you go out, you gotta put over your opponent. God damn it. But he's going out, getting the win over Beer Me Jesus. In the perfect world, if we knew this was going to continue, this match wouldn't have happened. So
No.
But seeing how we thought it was the last show, it had to happen, and they did a fantastic job. The ending was fine. It all seems rushed because of the circumstances. With all of a sudden they're drinking beers, they're together and stuff. It seems
it's the end. It's the final episode.
It's rushed.
Wait, we got renewed after all. Oh,
yeah. See, it makes it a little weird, right? It makes it seem super rushed, but for the final show, it would have been good. I'll say that it would have been great for the final show. And it's just a weird, roadblock that we came into that we had to have to overcome. It was going to be the last show, but now it's not. So. Best of luck to Warden. I'm sure, everybody says they leave, they're going to leave, but those that those that are deep in it, like we are and like a lot of other people are, it's kind of hard to, step all the way away,
Doors always open. Literally, Lee left saying, "Fuck this shit." And it was 100% legit. He told us in our chat for the Job Radio podcast. He told us in the Discord. Everything was like, I'm done. And then he's like, I got an idea.
The Midnight Rider.
Yeah. And so, he did say, like, he was booked for this show. He's like, I'm not doing predictions anymore.
Yeah, he did it for this show, too.
Now, you can believe whatever you want to believe when I say this, but he's done. As far as I know, that's it.
Yeah.
Now, with knowing that it continues now, maybe he'll come back. Maybe not. Maybe he saw the good ending with the SummerSlam match, and that was the way to go out. Maybe that's it.
That was
or he's just done.
Or he's just going to take a long break, which is what several people have done, and that's fine.
Because if Warden gets that itch later on, oh God, when Warden comes back, fucking hell, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, if or when, it'll be great. If not, it was a super good run that people are going to always remember. So having said that, I guess now let's talk to the insider. Woody, what were your thoughts going in? Like, what are your thoughts about this whole match, the whole outcome, everything about, your two boys there? Had them since the beginning of the Solution.
Yeah, had them since I want to say, was it Extreme Rules?
Extreme Rules. Yeah, it 2017.
Was Extreme Rules.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Extreme Rules.
Over 2 years ago.
Rules. Yeah, they were one of the first matches in JRPL. There's a lot of incarnations of it, but it's always been me, Warden, and Beer Me. And going through all that and seeing how this story came, it was oddly, what's a good word for it? Oddly cathartic. I think that's how you use that word. I like cathartic.
I was thinking cathartic was it. It's just like,
me.
It happened. You worked through it. Yeah.
And seeing like all the little tiny stuff, like at the very end, whenever what would Warren yell? He's like, "I'm the solution for life, motherfuckers."
Yeah, yeah.
Like I thought that was great. I thought even at the end of the match when Warden, I thought that Beer Me, offering him beer and everything. I think that's just Beer Me's character. You fight and you move on. Solution. Like Warden said, solution for life. So I get that. And I found it odd, I found it great that at the end when Warden was going up to the entranceway, that John, I don't know, you didn't even mention him, that John was there.
That's true. That is true. John showed up.
John showed up. And that's how I think Warden should have going out with John, because those two are always close in the write-ups.
Yeah.
And when those two, made up, it kind of reminded me of whenever I forget when this was. It wasn't too long ago. Whenever Matt Hardy turned on Jeff, and then when it looked like he was going to attack him again when he was the referee, that Matt just he helped his brother up, and he was like, "Nah, no more."
Whose idea was it to include John? Was that Warden's idea, or was that maybe your idea, or Beerby? Who came up with that?
I had knew nothing of this write-up. I
assume John didn't, because nobody talks to John.
I guess it was Warden or Beerby.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. It was very good, and it was a good way to wrap up quickly. I think this was the best case scenario for how quickly it's wrapped up. Now, we talked about a lot of good stories that happened throughout this year. I'm telling you right now, I stand by it. Scott, no, you've done some great stuff, but I think Ward and Beer Me Jesus had the potential, if they would have kept going, to possibly steal that feud of the year. I think if they would have kept going, but that's just me. I think it had potential to steal it away from me, because right now you got quite a few in the tank there. But
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, it's cool but sad at the same time.
No, I definitely agree, because the thing with Lee, I don't see that being topped now, because that's
Well, I hope one day. We top stuff, but
this year.
Yes, this year. I agree.
There will be awesome stuff, but fuck, the amount that we had in that was just ridiculous. But these guys had 2 years, just like we did. But oh man, it would have been nuts. And Red and I was just so much more involved and detailed too.
Yeah.
If these guys got to go through Survivor Series or whatever else would have came from that, like I said, you mentioned stuff to me, I would have been a part of that, not the focus. They would have, I think, taken it, because it would have been it's like Rock and Stone Cold is the kind of match. These two, it's just that level of fuck. So they potential. You never know how the execution goes, and sadly, no, we never will. But that's kind of what happens. So
that's how it goes, man. But hey, Warden went out on top, so there you go. He got his big win.
And think of that storyline now for Beer Me. Yeah, Solution for Life is his buddies beat him but left, and now he's got to go out there and he couldn't get him. He couldn't beat him.
Yeah, man.
My story. If I didn't beat Lee, I was gonna leave. But even if I hadn't had that, oh god, I can't beat him. Now what? But Beer Me's a different character in that, so I'm really interested to see where that goes from there.
Yeah, we've been.
I wonder what's next for the Solution.
Dude, there have been
nothing. Warden left. The Solution.
Well, that's right. He was the solution. No, there's so many. We've been talking. It seems like the past several months, we're like, oh man, there's so many question marks floating around the Solution. God damn it, there's still question marks floating around the Solution.
There's always question marks.
We're waiting. We don't know what the fuck's going on. It's gonna. We're waiting to see.
That's a weird thing to have for a faction named the Solution.
Exactly.
So you have so many question marks around.
Exactly. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Wait until more questions pop up.
Yeah. Like Bastion would have been several more questions popping up if that would have happened.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh.
Speaking of things popping up, at this point in the write-up, I believe Hiro Shin Moses came out and said his piece about shutting it down. Ha ha ha. Blah blah blah. And then Bomber showed up.
Yep.
And challenged Hiro to a match.
Unsanctioned.
Obviously, hardcore match.
Obviously,
9-3 was the scores for Hero beating Bomber with the company on the line, and Bomber couldn't get it done.
So, okay, I'll throw out my initial pitch to this idea. I'll let you know how this match came to be, because obviously, as most of you know, I lost to LJ,
and you got fired.
I got fired. So.
And said you would never come back because you would honor that, you son of a bitch.
So here's what happened. I talked to the creative team. We were talking about, I threw out an idea. I said, hey, if Hero shows up I will also show up, because I think that is the only match that I would have to fight would be against the guy that came in and, is killing the league that I built. To me, it's the only match that I would have done. It's the only match. I said, if he shows up, I will also show up. I would like to challenge him to an unsanctioned match. Obviously, it would be hardcore because, it's unsanctioned. There's no rules. And that was it. I didn't want... The stipulations got added in. I didn't necessarily want them. Those were not my ideas. The whole JRPL is on the line. I didn't want that. I wanted just me show up, say, you son of a bitch, you took my company, blah, blah, blah. We're going to fight right now and just have a brawl hardcore match. That's all I wanted. I didn't want any other stipulations. Stuff got complicated in the creative chat very quickly, where like Bomber's career's on the line again. The JRPL is on the line, and I kind of just said, you know what, I'm trying to get this as simple as possible. I just want to face them. It did somehow still work its way into the write-up. I didn't do any of this write-up, so I'm not exactly sure who even wrote my match, but
I think it was CT.
CT, okay.
I think so.
It did still get sprinkled into where like the JRPL was on the line again, which I'm not crazy about, but it's okay that it did get included. Oh, sorry, I'm getting hold on. Okay, there it is. But I didn't hate it. I still like the way it made me really look like a terrible, like just can't get the job done. And as of late, I think that works really well for my character, because since Stomping Grounds, I lost my title. I got fired. I tried to come back. I lost a hero. I lost. I'm sucking all the way around, and I've lost everything, and it just makes sense. So if I was writing this, if I was doing the write-up for this match, I would have only included that stipulation if I would have won. I would have changed it to just me coming out if I would have lost in this case, because, correct me if I'm wrong, Woody, but it looks a little forced or rushed now that, hey, he lost, but we're still going to renew the company. What are your thoughts on that? Not, since you are one of the peeps writing it now.
I will agree that the whole thing with your write-up was very complicated, and a lot of people were split on how to do it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know what the decision was until I saw this.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was the best way to go about it, but you can't do much to change it now.
Yeah. I was looking for just a simple, like, nothing on the line, just me coming out trying to fight the guy that took the company away from me. And it is a way that they still, this is how they worked in the whole, hey, we're going to continue the JRPL. This is how they went about doing that. Adam Dolan came out. For those of you that don't know who that is, that's an NPC character, basically, that is the lawyer for the JRPL. And he just said, hey, guess what? We got, like, after I lost, and everybody's like, oh, God, the JRPL, it's not going to be renewed, or Bomber didn't save it. All of a sudden, Adam Dolan said, hey, we found some investors, and we're back. It felt a little on a lesser note, I guess.
It would have worked if it was on TV, in the sense of you just had everybody's hopes up, maybe, and then dashed them again, and then, we saved it.
Yeah,
but that doesn't really work over 2 paragraphs of writing the same way.
Yeah,
let me correct that. Not easily. There's a very tough way to try to accomplish that as a writer. I felt it worked good. I felt it worked out well. But it's
okay.
It's a tough thing, because the Bomber win should have been the way.
Sure.
Really, when you look at it, to do it as a fake out, and then it's this after all. Like, okay, so Bomber was going for the win, but like funding is secured. So what's he doing? Yeah. Like it's not legit. Like, there's I don't know, plot holes. I don't know. It's wrestling though. Who knows?
Yeah.
A little peek in the backstage thing. There was talks, like, I don't know how serious it was, but there was talks that the whole $25,000 thing on the pole match, there was talks that could get woven into here somewhere, that those superstars that won that would have used that money to buy the shares away from Hero and all those.
You would have had to have him be more than 25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I didn't see that at all. Okay.
That's interesting though, to weave in different aspects, and if you actually had different things here and there from like stipulations and it all comes through at the end, that's interesting. That's fun. I like that kind of idea where it's like, were you paying attention the whole time? Good, because here's the culmination. That's something to keep in mind for the future. That could be some fun stuff, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, but so that's how the match came to be. I honestly, as we sit here right now, I don't know what, Bomber's future is. I wanted to be on the final show that was the only match that made sense. So I don't know.
I will tell you that facing you was another one of those matches on my kind of wish list. Because our story was a thing, and I wanted to face you one-on-one at some point. I still do, but that was definitely if there's no other shot, I guess I'll want Bomber, but if he's gone, then world title, let's do it. 100%, let's go for that. So yeah, you were one of my names on my list. I should make a fake Cody list.
There you go.
I should have made that.
I will say, as far as my character Bomber goes, there isn't, now that, there's new investors and stuff, there's an easy way for me to be, just reinstated. I can just be rehired as a new wrestler onto the roster. That's simple.
And this was a bit of a face turn though, right?
Oh, 100, like the whole scenario was supposed to be a face turn with the LJ and all that. That was a planned face turn for a long time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and everything, if you're writing the show, Bomber would have won this match. But in reality, it's competition. You do what you do. I just didn't pull it out. So, yes, Bomber, this would have been a good face moment. Bomber comes back. Bomber wins the company back for everybody. Everybody's happy again. That would have been a great face moment for Bomber, but he fucking failed. So, here, if I do come back, which I assume I probably will, I will say this right now. For my character, I don't want to be anywhere. I want to, especially with how things have been going lately, I want to be at the bottom. I've lost so much lately. I've lost my title. I've lost my job. I've lost the company. I didn't renew it. If I come back, and I assume I will, I want to be at the bottom. I want to be on the undercard, working my way back up. I don't want to come right back into the main event. I don't want to be facing off for any titles right away. I want to work my way back up. And again, this is me basically talking to the bookers out there. So Woody, listen to me right now. This is what I'm saying. You guys are booking the show now. I'm not. This is 100%. I am a roster member now. And I think based off of the past few months, my character has done pretty shitty. So I need to move my way back up the ladder.
I agree. Based on character, like you're in, but you're at the bottom because you've done some shit. So this is what you get.
Yep.
You're making amends, but prove it.
I'm basically when Triple H got like thrown to the bottom during the whole what was the goddamn incident? The curtain call incident. Triple H had to start back at the bottom and take loss, and work his way up. I feel like I'm kind of in that moment where, okay, you're at the bottom again, buddy. You got to work your way back up. Especially how the last couple shows have went. So. Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, his whole thing was he was supposed to be King of the Ring for 1 year and it got delayed till the next.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to pay your dues. And his whole thing with that was like, well, after I'm done, are we good? Yeah. Okay, fine.
I as far as my character goes, I see that being a story going forward. Would be, hey, you're back at the bottom. You're no longer in control of the company. You don't book shit. You don't run anything. You got to work your way up.
And that's a lot to work with. That's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
For character as well. So, yeah, that's fun. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the main event.
The main event.
For the world title.
Well, look at you. Main event in the last 2 shows in a row.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row. I hadn't done that yet. We got JRPL, the world champion, who cashed in Money in the Bank on the Finn, winning the title from him. He never even got to hold his own belt. I like that in the write-up. That was a nice detail. That was that's a painful detail. But
yeah, it is.
Oh, that's fucking great. I love it. He beat me 44-30. He retained his title, and I did not win the world title. And the whole idea was it's the main event. It's the last show. I fucking earned it. Let's go for it. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I didn't get the job done. So
yeah. So, I mean, either way, you had another. I mean, as always, I mean, I think you're definitely. Everybody knows you're really good on the write-ups by now, but to me, I mean, I think we have to talk about the ending of the match, like afterwards. I think that's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah. So I just want to say, JD and I worked on this write-up. I wrote it. But I went to him like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you want to do? You want to do this? He's like, yeah, I want to do this move and that move. So we structured it from there. For some reason, I like the idea of a German suplex from the middle rope on the outside. It looked neat. No blood. I wanted no blood.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I noticed that. Yep.
That was it's a hard hitting match. That's all I wanted out of this. Like I wanted to prove that I can make a fucking normal match be a worthy main event. That was my goal. And then there's the end when he specifically said, take the belt away, hand it to me, raise my hand, and you'll celebrate, and it's the hero's ending, and it's all good, and he won the day. I'm like, cool. And in that moment, I'm like, what if, though? I wonder. And I go to CT, I'm like, no, and I didn't write it. And I sent him the write-up. I said, here you go. And then I'll pull back some curtain. He did say, there's a chance it might continue. I'm like, oh. Well, what if then? Yeah. Think about this. He goes, oh, I'd fucking do it. I'm like, yeah, I know you would, but what do you think for me? I'm like, well, should I though? And I went through my options because I know I talked about an eventual heel turn later down the line, but I'm the face. I'm the top guy.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? Well, if Lee's done, which he said he was, the years of story that were kind of planned out, well, that's not happening now. I got the win, happy ending. Okay, shit. If you're gone, that's gone too. Shit. Okay. Well, the hero's story now is getting the title, and I failed. Well, that can be where I snap because that was kind of always the plan. Mm-hmm. If I faced you and you won, well, shit. Or if I lost there was always an idea where like that's not how the story goes. The hero's supposed to win, and it's that little click goes off. And I went, what if even when I was writing it before I thought any of this, I'm like, raise hand. I'm like, I could just lariat him. Boom. Right there. Oh, no. And then I'm talking to CT about it and back and forth. And he's like, I think you should do it. Like, think about it and do what you want to do with it. And I'm like, let's do it. And then I hit paste and had the write up for him with the new paragraph. It's like, there it is. He's like, oh, shit. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Were my exact words. But the idea with it is like, well, I'm going to have a promo coming out soon. But the hero story, it's not over. I'm not a villain. I'm the hero. There's more obstacles in my way. A little bit of delusion in there. So
yeah, my favorite part was probably like the very, very end. Let me scroll down and get the exact wording so I don't mess this up.
If it's what I think it is, I'm very excited for that.
You probably know what it is. Oh, it's the last couple sentences here. Scott stares back into the ring, not at Team No Chance or Dionio, but at the JRPL World Championship laying to the side. There you go. That's it.
Yes. So that's how I kind of got it across to CT. Was the idea that not only like, am I distraught over what happened? Yeah. Because look what happened to the belt. It's like, I'll give people a preview right now. We'll go into this for 2 hours. The whole thing with my attitude is, how could you let that happen? We need to apologize for what's happened here. Look at what you did and let happen to the title. It happened because I hit him. But like, look what you allowed to happen. It's just going to be like fucking delusional of a skewed view of what things are. I look forward to being a heel that doesn't have to cheat. That's my favorite part of it. He's just that fucking good. And after going through a murderer's row since WrestleMania of main show win, except for the no contest with Cassius, I earned the shot. I like to think that I earned it. I made the call out for it. Give me the shot on the last show. I did say that. I don't want to think that I got thrown a bone. I know it wouldn't have been at All Out because All Out wouldn't have been a title match show. I know that probably was not the idea. But I would like to think I would have got the shot at Clash.
Oh.
I'm legit tooting my horn on that.
No, Woody, I think, you can chime in on this too. I think everybody was unanimous in the thing that said, yeah, Scott's getting shot on the show. It's not because, oh, yeah, we're throwing him a bone, like you said. No, I think everybody was in unison. All right, Scott gets a title match, right?
Yeah, not only because, he's earned it, but his story has literally been leading to, hey, I want this. Give me this. Yada, yada.
So here's my question, Scott. Are you afraid? Are you afraid that this heel turn is going to possibly ruin your chances to win Face of the Year? Because, quite frankly, I think you've almost got that locked up. But could this ruin it? Are you afraid? Or are you not worried?
It'll 100% ruin it. I feel I didn't think of it until you said it, but I'm pretty sure I just threw it away. There is a regret there, yeah.
I mean, maybe your stuff earlier would be enough still to win Face of the Year.
I'd like to think that there's enough of 8 months that it's better than anybody else would be able to pull together. I can try to say that and put that in perspective.
How crazy? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just throwing this out there. What happens if Scott could somehow win Face of the Year and Heel of the Year? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I want that.
I'm just saying that'd be great. I mean, there's been a lot of good heels this year, so that's gonna be hard to top. But
a lot of good heels.
I'm just saying.
But so here's my one little weird bit of insight. Being part of the whole rankings, like the power ranking,
sure.
People, I see when there's a lot of losses on the heel side. We need someone who wins. That's me. Okay. I don't know. I can talk out my ass all night long about that. But no, it's do I. So I said that to CT, and the next day I was like, "I'm good. I don't regret it. We're good. Go for it." And then I think you were literally like, they got it to you and went from there. So that's how last minute this was. This almost didn't happen. If I didn't have that inkling of it might continue, I would not have done it. I would have. It would have ended as a face, 100%. But knowing that it would literally shake everything up, that's fun. That's always interesting to see. And it was the perfect moment of the snap. And I even had in my promo leading up to it, like, I have to win. The classic Stone Cold type thing where it's like, I have to win. You don't understand. It has to happen. Where it's just a face saying the thing. But when you look back on it, oh shit. He's not all right in the head. But it was never ever meant as that until that moment writing it with CT or writing it with JD on, I think, Sunday or Monday, and went, So I didn't have an inkling of this until then. Yeah. Realizing that literally all my future heel opponents are kind of gone. So why the fuck not? And I literally thought I would regret not clotheslining his face off in this moment. And it's funny because he's like, JD read the write-up and goes, "So, Scott," I'm like, "Hey, hi, how's it going?" Because he had no fucking idea.
Oh, so you told him? Wait, you said that's after he read the write-up, or?
Yeah. So here's who knew. I sent the write-up to CT. Mm-hmm. Nobody else knew.
Cool.
I presume he told people, and you guys saw it in the write-up.
I did not see it. I didn't see it discussed. I saw it after I read it, but I didn't see it discussed.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it was literally, I got an idea. Here it is. Next day, let's keep it in.
And that's what I like. I like surprises like that. That's good.
Yeah, and I honestly think like it's the celebration. The JRPL's back because it's here. Everything is good. I even put a bit in that in my write-up, smiling because the JRPL is continuing. I had that little sliver in there, presuming if it was going through. And it's the happy end. It's the happy day. The two faces did battle. It was a clean, well-fought victory. We're both exhausted. It took both to their limit. The champion retained. It's good. Scott, valiant effort. Crowd's loving it. Team No Chance is there. And then clothesline. And oh god, oh no, what is happening? And I saw that moment like playing out on like Raw or pay-per-view and went, yes, we can do this. This sounds great. Now, if you're a face, I can still face you, and it's going to be weird.
Yeah, no, I think
that's an eventuality. I think, but the one fear I have is, did I fuck everything up by going heel? Because that was not at all in any semblance of any plans, even in
no.
these whatsoever.
I mean,
the fuck am I doing? That's what I'm thinking now. It's like, oh shit.
I don't think so. I mean, this show really was, an oddity. There was a lot of stuff that happened that would have not happened. So I don't think this is going to ruin anything. There's going to be a lot of kind of rebuilding after this show. After almost, we're not quite.
It's like,
oh, what?
It's like the 2001 Survivor Series after the whole invasion was over. Suddenly, Undertaker's a heel beating up JR, and Austin's a good guy, and Ric Flair's back, and what is going on? That's kind of what I felt from this show. It's like, oh god, everything is different.
Yeah, it's not quite a reboot on the JRPL, but it's definitely going to be, a pivoting point, or almost, talking about arcs. If you're, into comics and that kind of stuff, it's going to be we're going down, we're transitioning down a different road here, for sure. So
if you're gonna get movie things like a new phase.
Yeah, exactly. So we're definitely, this is like the turning point, going a different direction for the JRPL. So this is like a pivotal moment, I think, in history. So,
and I mean, I didn't win the title, but I did that. So
that's that was a super memorable way to end the show too. So
shocker of the year. Let's go for that. On the Lee's got one of those already, and I got one from February with the whole red thing. Let me just get all those jobbies. Let's go for it.
You're trying to get the whole damn jobbies.
Damn right. Well, the funny thing that you mentioned about staring at the title, that's how I got across the CTI. I sidetracked myself from that.
Yeah.
Where I'm looking back distraught at the ring, but I look normally it's like, oh god, what have I done? Mm-hmm. Why did I attack him? But no, I'm looking at the title belt. I could care less about what happened.
Yeah.
It's the belt. That's the obsession. That's
I like
all it's been about the whole time. I was tweeting you saying, give me a fucking title shot.
Yeah.
On show 10. So
yep.
That's, you want to talk character obsession? Yeah. Best part is, like I said, I'm like, and someone even, I think it was Red, who's like, oh, you got to face Fart Bucket and beat him up. I'm like, I already beat him. I got no interest. No, but really beat him up now as a heel. I'm like, I'm not that kind of heel. Oh. No. I'm not a cheating heel. I'm not a vicious heel. There's literally no difference except a little bit of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit. And it's like, I think Vitamin did a fantastic promo.
Did you just kickstart the JRPL Attitude Era? What just happened?
I may have.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're ruthless aggressions in 3 years. But no, Vitamin did a fantastic promo about, I knew it. I knew you were like this all along. And I mean, this confirms everything that Lee said in his promos, right? All the stuff. It's one of those moments where Bobby Heenan was like, I was right all along. But the best part is, no, there's nothing different. None of this was an act. I'm this driven and obsessed. And it came close. And I've made sure to write it where I had him.
Yep.
But I didn't capitalize on it. And I would have beat him if not for that moment. And it was taken away. And that's the attitude. He took it away from me. I was never champion. He took it away from me. That's the messed up obsession with it. I really think my next write-up, I'm still going to come out of the crowd. Yeah. And I don't know how I'm going to write that. But it's like, oh, God. No, this should be different. No. Well, that's going to be the fucked up part. Which is going to be great.
The next show is Clash of Champions, which is what, 2 weeks? God. 2 weeks away? 3 weeks?
Yeah, was it mid-September? I think 2 or 3. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Well, isn't it next week?
Holy shit! Is it next week?
Next week.
Fuck! It is.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's everything on Raw said a week from Sunday. Well, Jesus Christ.
Guess what? Hey, Woody, you and your buddies, you got a pretty big task ahead of you here. Any insider info, right? Because obviously, right now, let me just double check. I assume you guys haven't updated anything on the events page.
It's Clash of Champions. You're gonna have everything defended again, or do like Bomber didn't have champions face champions?
No, nothing on the events page right now. So, do you have any insider info that you can give us here on the podcast?
Give me a title. I'm kidding.
I will say we've confirmed this.
Okay.
There's only one title being defended. That's Road Warrior.
Oh well, goddamn it, you son of a bitch.
Everything else, nope.
So it's probably champions versus champions.
So you're not giving us anything. Did you say there's not going to be any other titles, or there's just none planned yet?
Only Road Warrior.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Just because All Out, you saw all those title matches.
I like it. I'm okay with that.
That is
Let's have
true.
some non-title showcases. You could steal like what Ring of Honor did and have champions teaming
And
against.
then you can build up contenders
others.
and whatnot.
Yeah,
Guys, guess
so I'm back on my ridiculous crusade of wanting all the belts, and you better fucking believe I'm going after everybody.
I just noticed an error on the results page for All Out. Above the tag team title match, it does not show the tag team title match icon.
That's right. I forgot. I was going to mention that.
I just noticed that. So, yeah. Somebody better get on that, huh? Yeah. Somebody better get on that.
1 second. What's wrong with that?
The tag team title icon that says tag team title match, it's not above the match
Yeah, it's not there.
to indicate it's a tag team title match, like all the other ones. But yeah, anyways, that's me just trolling, just me messing with it. But yeah.
So, Bomber, I have a question for you about this ridiculous heel turn I've done. What was your opinion on that when you saw it? Like, because I was literally running wild as the face.
No, it was
Which,
good. Like,
you know, with me was like, that came out of nowhere. Cool.
100%. Yeah. No, I didn't expect it. To me, at this point in time, Scott is like the Scott character that is like the perfect face. You've went through so much this year. You've went through, the heartbreaks with Redhead. You've went through your tag team partner turning on you, like this whole like scarring moments that you've went through with Lee and stuff. And now all of a sudden you finally get your title shot. You finally get your one-on-one world title shot. You lose, and then you just beat the shit out of him, and shows how really obsessed you are with that title. No, I think it's fantastic, and to me, Scott is such the perfect face character that it's like, wait, he shouldn't be a bad guy. That's not going to be right. But that could also be like the perfect bad guy as well, the perfect heel as well.
That's it's
kind of like when Brian turned heel. Like,
Sure,
he's a great babyface.
My thought was, if I was watching this, I would be so pissed. Why'd you make him a heel?
Exactly.
That was my own reaction to that. I'm like, I would hate watching this. I'd be so mad that they turned Scott heel. Fuck him. That was the reaction. I'm like, that's why it's good.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think you definitely. I know you're going to do a job with it anyway, but I think this is going to be very, very, very interesting to see where we go from here. I think it's a fantastic way to start this new, like I said, this new little arc that we're going on, and a perfect way to end the pay-per-view on this crazy note.
There was stupid ideas about like, oh, it's back. I'm going to be the face of the new version of the JRPL. It's great, and it all got ruined. I'll be the face anyway, and just ridiculous stuff like that. So, and also, I did say this. We got to give JD new credit. He retained that title,
of course,
by 14 points. Like he had
did
me
a
beat.
fantastic job.
I fucking picked Baker in the Battle Royal, and that was a bad idea. I put 8 on it, and it got burned. And
dude, I put a lot on. I put like 6 or 7. Well, I don't know about 7, but I put like 5 or 6. I was confident.
And I banked on Luchasaurus' team, and I got burned there, and it was fucking Spears. It was bad. But he did really good, and I even told him too. I'm like, so nothing personal, just business. But I hope this makes you like an Uber face out of this. Like that's going to be the great thing, because he should have had the celebrating moment with his faction. Instead, I left him laying bleeding on the title belt.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I hated to steal that moment, but I'm like, it's going to be better.
Yeah. So just to touch on that, Team No Chance has been very tweenerish. They've never really had a defined heel or face role. Sometimes they've been very heel. Sometimes they've been a little face. It'd be nice if they came up with a certain like avenue that they want to go down. If this is it, this is maybe, hey guys, this is time to be face, maybe they should go down that route. But the Team No Chance, the whole stable, have been very up in the air, I feel. Like,
that's part of how I wrote with Lily and Buck, because they were there to throw me out, because Vitamin hates me. That story, Vitamin hates me. So Vitamin wouldn't have been there. That would have been a brawl. Yeah. But Lily and Buck just threw me out of the ring. I didn't write in because I wanted to be more like immediate of the write-up, but it was going to be a case of like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell's wrong with you? Was going to be their reaction. I'm like, this isn't like, stop. Trying to talk someone down who's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I left that out because it had to be immediate and just suddenly, boom, beating him with the belt. Like there would have been a moment where I hit him and then I'm staring down and then attack. I'm like, no, it's immediate. It's just, there's no pause.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to write them outside of just like, what's up? Stop.
So you've noticed, like, I have been in that same boat, obviously writing for the past, 2.5 years. It's kind of hard when you got so many, because the Team No Chance, their stable is a little unique because they are so all over the place and there's no defined role for them, that it is harder to write for them, because I don't know if they're like, two of the members may be more heel and another member may be more face and another one's a tweener. They're very, hard to write for. So,
well, yeah, like, do I attack them as well? Technically, no, because they're not champions.
yeah.
So that wouldn't have mattered. But would the crowd have cheered that because they're heels? Okay, we got to avoid that. So they just throw me out. I don't attack them. I just hit him immediately, and they toss me out. So there's no fighting between us because they should not be cheering me in that moment. But I didn't know how to write them for that. So that's a tricky thing with that aspect of it, for sure. And it is kind of funny seeing like Vitamin's promo saying like, I knew it all. Well, he's acting heelish. I'm like, well, that's not going to work if I'm a heel. Can't have that work.
They do.
So there's problems there with that kind of stuff. Even though I'll fight anybody, we've known that. But
yeah, there's little, I don't want to say continuity issues, but just, I don't. They all seem to be, they're a group, but they're all individuals, and it seems unorganized almost a little bit.
Well, Woody can relate on that with tweeners. Like it's tough when you're kind of playing both sides.
Woody is the epitome of that right now. I think Woody, you are like, 1 minute you're a face, and the next minute you're like being super heelish. What like, do you struggle with that, or like, how do you handle that situation?
I think that that's all. I think going back up, like how I write things, I think that's more a testament to everything my character's been through. Like, is he not gonna break? Is he gonna break? Is all like the weight of the world gonna crash around his shoulders? It's really a hit or miss thing, and I think that's really been the story of my career. Like, how much is it gonna be until Woody finally, snaps? Like, is Red taking his mask and burying him? Is that gonna be the final nail in the coffin? Or, I think it's just like that moment of when it finally happens, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like a loose cannon kind of thing, because I remember back with the first WrestleMania, it was, and then the whole war was Woody versus Bomber. Bomber was like basically the Vince McMahon Triple H type of like the guy in charge and the owner and the guy running things, the big bad guy. Woody's the face against him, but you weren't always acting like a face. You were just the opposition for the villain. And that did make it kind of tricky in how the write-ups worked, I felt. We talked about that before.
My character did what he needed to do to get the war done after seeing everything the Bomber, like in the whole UVC, we're going to do to get the job done. Especially after when Bastion took that glass.
Which fair. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, that was a big face moment for you. And I remember, like, very early on, I believe, I don't know if we specifically said, hey, Solution's going to be more like the Bullet Club. We kind of do heelish things, but we're also, liked by the fans. Do you guys still go by that? Or, like, are you guys... Well, I mean, goddamn, at this point, you guys are all over the place, but is that the philosophy that you guys were going by at that time?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And that's kind of like the whole AEW thing where they're finally getting some established heels, because they might, like, they'll love seeing some of these guys like Pac come out. Pac's a full-blown heel.
Yeah.
But they love seeing him, so they cheer him because he does cool shit. And they like it. But he's a heel. But we like him. And you end up with that. And that's the tricky thing with the Bullet Club, or with the Solution in this case, I find, where that, I mean, it makes it fun for me to go out there and play the established face or the established heel. To play off of that and see, like, what can we do with it.
That is actually what turned, because the UVC originally, we were faces against a Solution. But nonstop, everyone just kept shitting on us the whole time. So, like, because we were against the Solution were you guys were the heels at the point in time when we formed this UVC. You guys were the heels, we were the faces. And we were disliked so much that it, like, you were cheered so much and everybody, like, liked you guys so much that it forced us to turn heel, and we turned you guys face. That's kind of like, that's just, we would just went with it. We just had to, like, change on the fly. But the fact that we were booed so much as faces made it hard for us to actually be faces. So
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it's Woody's fault that the UVC put Lee off a roof. Okay.
that's true. Woody's fault. Yep. Woody and the
Oh.
Solutions fault for all of it.
It was Woody's Solutions' fault. Okay.
Yep. For all of it.
Oh.
You cut your own. You cut your own eye out there, buddy.
Oh yeah. Yes, I did.
One funny thing, Bomber, toward the end of this year tonight, I did see all this faction talk, because Cassie's talking about his faction guys and all these factions growing, and I've always been solo.
I missed this. I didn't see any of that. Okay.
It was funny. I was talking about like all these different factions. I'm like, God, so many factions. It's like, oh, I need to team up with someone. And I go, well, I mean, Jutja, I mean, you're looking for a third, right? He goes, that'd be interesting.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're gonna try to kill me here. Oh yeah.
What would happen when the UVC's out there? I come out and attack you. We do the 3-fist thing.
Oh, that would
Over you.
Don't. Why are you doing this? Get out of here. End this show.
So you see, first Bastion and the Solution, and now
No, you guys.
Scott and UBC.
And see, this is what happens when I go to step away. You guys just try to destroy everything. Oh
But
my
no,
god.
I honestly, like, once I went, okay, I could turn heel. That'd be a shocking thing. What else could be shocking? Was literally the idea of, like, where else
Oh,
can
there's
we
a
go?
lot. There's a lot that you
Yeah.
can do.
But my whole thing is, like, it's the loner. So, like, I'm not going to be friendly with heels.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out of my way is kind of the attitude of it. But it's going to be a definite challenge to work that out going forward. And I mean, like you said, back to the end of the line. All right, well, I won't have a world title shot for a while. Okay,
Yeah.
what now?
Now-
What now? It's always more interesting to see where things could go. You better believe I wish I won that world title. I was the face of the company as the champion. Oh my god, I wanted that. That's better. But this is going to be.
Now, to close out the show, now I just want to say this. I expect there being a drop off in numbers as far as participants in the JRPL. There's been, we've went through this weird little patch, and I think we're going to have a drop off. But I'm hoping that means we're going to have a lot of people step up. Now, after this show, I'm asking you guys. I want to start with you, Scott. Who do you see stepping up into the role to fill, like, the warden who's stepping away? I'm sure Hiroshine Moses isn't coming back. There's several people that probably are not going to be coming back. Who do you see that, did a good job on the All Out show that are going to step into those bigger roles? Anybody jump out to you?
Honestly, the two that jump the quickest, based on what I said earlier, was probably GMSG and Beer Me. Not to say that they're not already big, but
Yeah.
it used to be like they might have been like 1 out of 5. Now they're 1 out of 3.
Okay.
So it's a little more clear in that regard for those kind of guys.
Mm-hmm.
As far as for ones who weren't really there yet, goddamn Legends of New School. All 4 of those guys, I think, are going to be problems for anybody trying to get anything done, because they're just going to come in and wreck your shit, and there's not much you can do about it. I think those guys are probably the ones. And I think CT needs to leave the Enigmas before they kick him out. I'll say it again. He's going to get his ass beat unless he does it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably the one there. Like, he's on a run right now, too.
Somebody's going to have to watch that. That's going to be something to see, whatever happens there with that whole story.
Yeah.
So what about you, Woody? Who do you see, jumping up into those big main event or upper card rules?
Well, Scott really hit it on the hammer, hit on the nail, whatever. With
the hammer on the nail.
Yeah, whatever. With the legends, because the legends they're gonna hurt you. The legends they're gonna. I recognize that. They're gonna fucking hurt you. And who else? I think Scott. He's gonna go right up there. He's gonna have to win some more after this loss, but keep winning. Bam! You could win that title, win that thing you've been wanting the most.
Yeah, I can see that.
And Luke. I think Luke's gonna be the big underdog. He just lost the Road Warrior match, but I think this is just gonna make him want it more.
That's a really good name to throw out there. I like that.
I agree with that, because Luke is one where he's had losses, but he keeps going. And that's the one thing we said earlier, where don't let a loss dissuade you to quit. Come back, keep going, because look what can happen.
Change some things up if you have to.
Yep.
Anybody else you got before I throw mine out there?
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, it's hard to say, like, oh, who's going to step up? JD is the world champion is going to be a good thing.
Boss.
I mean, he's
Boss.
the world champ, but yeah, a boss too. Yeah,
Oh,
boss.
hold on. Okay. Boss. Okay,
But
time out.
is boss actually staying?
That's
Like,
my
I don't
question.
know
Like
before.
we've
Yes.
heard Boss.
Yes.
Like, is Boss staying or going? Because I mean, I can see
I
Boss
think,
doing
that's
big.
I think that's our thing right now, to be honest. Like, is she
Yeah,
going?
that's
Is she
fair,
staying?
I mean, yeah, I can see Boss doing big things, but it's like, okay, are we doing this or are we not doing this? Okay. I mean, I can see Boss definitely, getting back in that title picture. She's done it before. So
I mean, she's got some big wins lately.
that's true. I mean, you just beat Redhead, Redhead has been on a pretty good run as of late too. So that was a big win.
And Boss beat Warden at SummerSlam.
Yep. There's some pretty big things that could be in the future there.
And I'll promote your boys. Jut and Bastion are always solid. Jut was world champ.
Yeah.
Not to say he can't again, but I think Bastion, I mean, he had a fucking run with that title of his own. So
Yeah.
I could easily see him as world champ too. So.
Tied the record.
Oh,
yeah. I wish he beat it, but he tied it, which is, it's still good. It's still good. But yeah, no, I talked to Bastion. Full disclosure, Bastion did mention to me that he thinks he's going to go on take a break from the JRPL. Whether or not he does, I don't know. He just mentioned that, and I told him, hey man, do what you got to do. Rest yourself. He just says he's burned out on wrestling right now, so we'll see. We'll see what he does. Obviously, he's got me and Jut support. So as far as me throwing out a name that I really want to jump up in the main event scene is Cade Gailey. I want to throw that out there. He's definitely had he had a fantastic Road Warrior run. He's been, not great as of late, but I think he can actually propel himself to get into that main event scene. He put some more wins under his belt. And the other name, I'm just going to throw just a couple out there for you. Modstep, LJ, and Chappers. I think these three guys, they finally formed their stable. I think these guys are going to be a serious threat.
There's only so many times Modstep can have a title match and not win.
That's true. He does so good.
Yeah.
He does so good.
It's just going to happen. It has to at this point.
And
so, yeah,
I'll be honest, give the devil his due. LJ, I mean, he was the face in the scenario, but you look at my side of things, and LJ is a son of a bitch. He's done a fantastic job as of late, too. Chappers,
LJ's going to be world champ.
LJ could be, yeah, very much so. Chappers, he's had a rough patch, but he's with his boys now. Hopefully, they do a good thing together, and they get on the same page, and they just keep rolling in some wins. So I hope all three of those guys do good, and I think they will move up the card quite quickly. I will say that. So those are going to be my four names. I'm going to say Modstep, LJ, Chappers, and I'm going to throw Cade Gailey out there as guys, on the middle card, moving up to take these big spots. So I'm excited for him. I am excited for him.
Yeah.
So, Woody, booking committee.
Yes.
When are we going to get some match announcements for the next show in a week?
That's true. I didn't even know it was a week. Wow.
I thought it was 2 weeks out, but it is the 15th,
Oh, my
which
Lord.
is only a week away. Oh, no.
Well, you guys got some work to do.
I am sure we'll start talking about it probably as soon as tomorrow. I didn't realize it was that soon, to be honest.
Welcome to the job.
Yeah.
I know we have some
seriously.
ideas, but nothing concrete.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, welcome to the job because September 15th is Clash of Champions. Let's have some fun here. What do we got?
CT posted
September 27th is Death Before Dishonor.
right after it. Yeah.
October 6th is Hell in a Cell.
I think there's 3 shows in October, 3 shows in November.
Bound for Glory, October 20th. Crown Jewel on Halloween.
Get
Here we got Full Gear, November 9th, and then Survivor Series and Takeover are back-to-back
War Games, yeah.
with
Well-
Final Battle and TLC 2 days apart in middle of December. And yeah.
Yeah, good luck. You're about to get a taste of everything that I went through by myself with your little team there, buddy. So get ready. It's going to be a roller coaster. I'm telling you, you're going to be every day. You're going to be like, all right, gotta get this done, this done, this done, this done. We got to book this. We got to plan this. You're gonna see what goes into it. I'm telling you, man. You're gonna see. It's a lot of. It is. I'm gonna 100%. It is so much fun. It is a lot of fun. but it's also a lot of work.
Oh yeah, I got a little taste of it back a few meetings ago.
Yeah, yes, you did. Yes, you did. But yeah, as far as this show goes, guys, you know, all the confidence in the world to the new team taking over. I hope they do a good job. If somebody thinks that I'm like really still in control or something like that, this is not a work. This isn't, you know, a storyline. This is literally handing over the show to these guys. They're gonna do their best job. So at JRPL Creative Team, if you want to hit up them on Discord.
And Bomber, how are you feeling about it continuing and being able to just kind of take part as a fan?
I mean, I talked to Jess about this. It's gonna be hard, just based off of my, you know, my personality. I like to get involved. I like to jump in there. I like to go all in and, you know, get my hands dirty on stuff. So I'm gonna stand back. I'm gonna put my input in. Like I said, I'm gonna give my opinion on stuff, but I am not making any decisions. I'm not even gonna take votes. I'm going to bring up stuff that I like or I don't like. I will definitely do that. But I am letting these guys make the calls. So for anybody that's wondering, these guys are running the show. I'm just giving input. I'm excited. I am excited.
Cool.
It's good. It's good.
Yep.
So, what are you going to take us out?
Yep.
Yeah, my mic is doing funky stuff. Yeah. Well, it's been a joy with you two, going over All Out. Was it All Out? Yeah, going over All Out and the future of the JRPL. Anything you two want to say before we go out?
Me, no. I'm still a face, not a heel. You will all see. I want the titles. That's all it is. It's nothing personal. That's all. It's good.
I will say this. If you guys stuck around this whole time, guys, come on. Support Java Radio. Support the JRPL on Patreon. Come on, get in the dirt sheets. I'm gonna keep doing the dirt sheets. I may not be running the show. I'm gonna be seeing what's happening. You know what? I'm gonna be the Dave Meltzer. I
was thinking that. Yes, you are.
I'm gonna read what's happening, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna give my, like, you know what? Rumor says this is going on. The dirt sheets.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's great.
The dirt sheets are going to be so much more fun. Guys, for real, if you like what we're doing, if you listen to this whole show, you should be supporting Java Radio. If you listen to 2.5 hours or whatever this is of us talking about this, you should be supporting the JRPL by now. Come on. So jump in there, get on the dirt sheets, and, you know, listen to all the fun behind the scenes, little scoops that you're going to get that nobody else is going to. So that's the last thing I got to say.
I don't really have much to say, except I hope to see you all in the next episode. See you later.